It's time now for Arkansas Travelers Baseball on FM 101.1 The River. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is sponsored by Miller Lite, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, Coca-Cola, the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, and ITT Technical Institute. And now for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show, let's go to the ballpark with Phil Elson.
Live from Little Rock, Travelers Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody. This is Phil Elson. Welcome to Raywinder Field, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the San Antonio Missions, the final game of a 4-game series. Hi, and welcome to the broadcast here on a beautiful Thursday night in Little Rock. It is hot at 93 degrees and stuffy, not much wind today. And the Travs and the Missions finishing off this 4-game set. Yesterday, Arkansas dropping one of the Missions 6-3. Travs left 13 men on base. They had the same amount of hits as the Missions. Travs had all sorts of base runners. They put 16 men on base, could only bring home 3 of them as the Travs fall for the 3rd time in a row. As we welcome Steve Marston onto the broadcast on FM 101.1 The River and the Trav website, www.travs.com. Yesterday, the Travs had a fairly good start from Rich Fisher, though he did give up 4 runs in the 3rd inning and took the loss, dropping to 3-10. Today, we focus on pitching once again, and this should be a very exciting pitching matchup for fans, not just of the Arkansas Travelers, but of minor league baseball in general. 2 of the top pitching prospects in the minors are going at it today. Right-hander Bobby Jenks for the Arkansas Travelers, who, of course, has raised so many eyebrows with his fabulous right arm, his fastball in the high 90s, outstanding curveball. He'll be taking on a much different sort of pitcher, and Travis Blackley, 20-year-old left-hander hailing from Australia. Blackley, all he's done is lead the Texas League this year with 12 wins against only 3 losses, and his .220 earned run average also tops on the league. But he barely even breaks 85, 86 miles an hour. He's the kind of pitcher who relies on guile and deception. Meanwhile, we've got Jenks, who relies on power stuff. Interesting matchup between these 2 pitchers today, and it'll be fun to watch them go at each other.
It really will. It's, as you say, a study in contrast between these 2 pitchers tonight. Bobby Jenks had his injury problems this whole year, just making his 3rd start back from the disabled list from a lengthy stay on there, a couple of months, and he has been kind of the streak stopper for the Travelers here since he's come back, because his first game back he won the decision. The next time out he pitched very well, didn't get the decision, but did give the Travelers a very good chance to win the game that they actually came back to win in Round Rock. So Jenks, again, will hope to be the losing streak stopper for the Travs tonight. And Travis Blackley, as you said, just a picture of a dominating pitcher who doesn't throw hard in relative terms. And he's going to be somebody that's going to be hard to contend with, because if he gets into a groove, he can just start mowing you down. You have to get to him and get to him early in order to have success, I think.
Travs have seen Blackley 3 times. They have lost each ball game. Blackley picking up 2 winning decisions against Arkansas. And interesting, his 2 best strikeout games of the season came against Trav batters. He whiffed 11 Travs in 8 innings on June the 2nd, and then on June 26th, as the Missions beat Arkansas once again in San Antonio, Blackley struck out 10 batters in 7 innings. And you look at Jenks, and Bobby's come a long way after missing the couple of months with that fracture in his elbow. Since coming off the disabled list, Bobby has made 2 starts. As Steve mentioned, the Travs won both of those ball games, but Jenks allowing just 3 hits over those starts, totaling 10 1/3 innings. He still has the control trouble, walking 9 guys, but he's whiffed 13 batters, and the big number is the fact he's only allowed 1 run in the 10 1/3 innings since coming off the disabled list. So this should be a very good pitchers matchup. We were predicting a pitchers matchup yesterday. We were just about as dead wrong as you could get, with 20 combined base hits and 9 runs. But today, I think we feel a little bit more confident about that prediction, about having a low-scoring affair at Raywinder Field today. You're listening to the Travelers ITT Tech pregame show, and ITT Technical Institute wants you to know that usage of the Internet is still expanding, and qualified web developers are needed all throughout the country. ITT Technical Institute will help you prepare to design, create, and maintain websites and online databases. You can get a hold of ITT Tech by dialing locally 565-5550 or go online to ittech.edu. Starting lineups coming after this break on Arkansas Traveler Baseball, live on FM 101.1, The River.
Sports is fun, but it's just a game. Your life, on the other hand, needs a little more serious game plan. Like preparation for a career in today's growing technical fields. That's why ITT Technical Institute offers associate's degree programs in areas like electronics, computer drafting and design, and information technology. The skills and knowledge taught are in technical areas that can have practical value in the workplace. For more information on ITT Tech, call 565-5550 today. Or find us on the web at itt-tech.edu.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a goodnight kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear them nice like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
The Travs and Del Monte have stepped up to the plate to offer you a great seating alternative this season at Ray Winder Field. It's the Del Monte Harvest Foods Family Section. This special no smoking, no alcohol area has been set aside to make your family's ballpark experience even more enjoyable. So when you buy your Travs tickets, ask for the Del Monte Harvest Foods Family Section. Del Monte Vegetables, simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte Vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
It's time to clean up on tires at Pep Boys Futura Truck Tire Sale.
Clean up is right. Save up to 20% on Futura truck tires.
And get 0% interest on your Pep Boys credit card. Save on our 40,000-mile Scramblers. They're from $40 to $80 each.
And save on our best-selling Futura Adventurers. They're from $70 to $90 each.
And for a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 months on purchases over $299.
Save on our best-selling Futura Adventurers. They're from $70 to $90 each.
And for a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 months on purchases over $299.
And they would fan themselves, and that's how everyone at ball games got to be known as fans.
And probably the word fanatic also came into being, too. That's for those hardcore sports fans. We've got our fanatics and our fans.
It is very toasty up here at the gym box. We are the only open-air press box in Texas League Baseball. And it's days like this that makes you wish you had a little bit of air conditioning, but we sacrifice coolness and dryness for a very good view of the field. And, you know, you take what you can get.
Well, hey, you know what? For sweating a little bit during the summertime, it's not all that bad. We can deal with it. We get the food up here in the press box. We get water. You know, we got good internet access and a great view of the game here at Ray Winder. The voice you hear there is Steve Marston. This is Phil Elson joining you on FM 101.1 The River. Take a look at the standings and the records for the teams today. San Antonio enters in first place in the West Division, 19-8 in the second half of the season. They won the first half and already 6 games ahead of the second place Round Rock Express, and the El Paso Diablos tied with identical 13-14 records. So you can see that really the balance of power in the West Division certainly much more in San Antonio's favor. Travs coming in at 10-17. That's last place in the Texas League East, 6 behind division-leading Wichita. Here are the starting lineups for the ball game for the San Antonio Missions, the AA affiliate of the Seattle Mariners. Here's Steve.
All right, Dave Brundage, the manager, penciled in this lineup. Mike Curry leads off and will play center field. Jose Lopez is their fine shortstop, hitting second. Chris Snelling is their third-place hitter in right field. A.J. Zapp cleans up at first base. Justin Leone is the third baseman and hits fifth. Jamie Bubella is in left field hitting sixth. John Lindsay returns to the lineup for San Antonio. He'll hit seventh as a designated hitter. Rob Gandolfo is the second baseman hitting eighth. And Scott Maynard, back behind the plate tonight, will hit ninth.
Here's the lineup for the Arkansas Travelers, AA affiliate of the Anaheim Angels. Today it is Nathan Haynes leading off out in center field today. Casey Smith, rounding a 10-game hit streak, will be batting second and playing second base. In the 3-hole is Jake Weber. Jake in left field with Mike O'Keefe cleaning up, and Mike will get a start at first base. He started yesterday after missing 7 games in a row. Carlos Duncan hits 5th. Carlos, the designated hitter. Brian Specht over at shortstop will be hitting in the 6-hole. Ryan Buddy batting 7th. He's the catcher. Maximo Pichardo bats 8th. He'll be over at the hot corner batting 9th. And in right field is Kenny James. Those are your starting lineups. We're going to let you tune in and hear the national anthem performed by the Gospel Chicks, a trio of women that are walking out onto the field in blue jeans and American flag T-shirts. Turn the crowd mic up. Let you hear them. The Gospel Chicks with a fabulous job singing the Star-Spangled Banner at Ray Winder Field before the 4th game of a 4-game series between the San Antonio Missions and your Arkansas Travelers. We'll be back after this break on the Travelers ITT Tech pregame show here on FM 101.1 The River.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought and sold, taught and told. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of a needle, I was often told. If you never nothing, you're far from gold, and your actions all is told.
This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with the full taste of Coca-Cola.
It's no wonder Sonic's burgers taste so great. It's how we build them. We make them when you order them, just the way you like them, with all the freshest ingredients. Right now, get our famous #1 or #2 Sonic burger with a large order of golden tater tots for just $2.49. It's a great deal on a classic meal, only at participating Sonic drive-ins. And while you're there, don't forget to try our absolutely decadent strawberry cheesecake shake, the taste of real strawberry cheesecake in a cup, only at Sonic.
Enter Trek's Ride with Lance giveaway today. One lucky grand prize winner will take an all-expense-paid ride with Lance Armstrong. One first prize winner gets an autographed Trek road bike, and a second prize winner gets a Trek travel trip for 2. Plus, get huge yellow tag savings on selected bikes and merchandise. No purchase necessary. Details and entry at participating Trek dealers. Open to U.S. citizens 18 and over residing in the 50 states or D.C. Void where prohibited. One entry per person per day. Offer good July 3rd through 27th, 2003.
Enter exclusively at BikeSeller.com. Arkansas Trek Superstore.
The Business Trip by Super 8 Motels.
Somewhere between the last meeting and home, between 4 drive-thrus and the blob of ketchup on your favorite tie, between 60 dead bugs on your windshield, an empty window squirter, and a wiper blade gone awry. Somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way.
Call 1-800-800-8000 or visit super8.com. All Super 8 Motels are individually owned and operated.
Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Welcome back here to Ray Winder Field on the Travelers ITT Tech pregame show. This is Phil Elson joining you as the Travs and the Missions getting set to finish off this 4-game series. The Round Rock Express visit Ray Winder Field tomorrow for a 7:10 first pitch at the ballpark, a 6:10 time for the gates to open. We'll be giving away bats to the first 1,000 paid kids, 14 and under, compliments of Weyerhaeuser, as well as KATV. Take a look at what happened yesterday in the Texas League on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. It was the Frisco Rough Riders downing the Round Rock Express by the final of 6-3, as Frisco picked up the second win for them in that 4-game series. Winning pitcher Jose Dominguez struck out 9 batters in 7 innings to pick up his 4th win of the season, only allowed 4 base hits and 2 earned runs. Marshall McDougall cracked a home run, his 10th of the season for Frisco, and scored twice, leading the attack. Round Rock dropping to 13-14 in second place in the West Division, while Frisco jumps up to 15-12. They're also in second place in the East, a game behind. Over in Midland, the Wichita Wranglers and the Rockhounds involved in a 1-run ball game, 1-0. Wichita wins. Just 2 hours and 17 minutes to play that game yesterday. Wichita starter Kyle Snyder, former first-round pick of the Royals, allowed only 2 hits and no walks over 5 innings. He struck out 3 and kept the Midland Rockhounds scoreless. Danny Tamayo went 3 shutout innings for his 9th win of the season, and Jorge Vasquez saved it, his 11th of the year. Only RBI came from Brian Harris, who was recently brought down from AAA Omaha for Wichita. He's leading off and back at second base. Harris was a Texas League All-Star last year and just makes that Wichita Wrangler ball club a little bit stronger. Wranglers still in first place now in the East Division by a game over Frisco. Wichita's won 4 games in a row, including their last 7 games against the Midland Rockhounds this year. The Hounds have lost 4 straight, and they dropped to 8-19, already 11 games back of first place San Antonio in the West Division. And in El Paso yesterday, the Diablos down Tulsa 3-1. Winning pitcher Phil Stockman allowed only 7 base runners in 7 innings. He allowed 6 base hits, no runs. He struck out 5 for his 9th win of the season. Andy Green collected 2 RBIs, leading the Diablos attack. El Paso 13 wins, 14 losses, 6 games behind first place San Antonio in the West. Tulsa comes in 3rd place in the East Division, 2 games behind Wichita, 14 wins and 13 losses. We'll be updating you on the Texas League games and the majors, as, of course, the second half of the Major League season starts today, finishing the All-Star break yesterday. So there's plenty of ball games to let you know about as we get through the Travs and the Missions game tonight. Coming back after this break on the Travs broadcast, we will give you our picks to click and the first pitch between the Travelers and the Missions. We're coming back after this on the River.
I am Arkansas's leader for research in health sciences.
I am the engine.
The engine that fuels scientific discoveries in medicine.
I am UAMS.
I am a mass spectrometer.
A spine and neurosciences institute.
I am the healing power of millions of dollars in research grants.
A catalyst for Arkansas business.
I'm seen in prestigious medical journals.
I am more than just a phenomenal medical center.
I am hope.
I am tomorrow's medical marvel.
And I come to life every day.
In the hands of some of the brightest
doctors, nurses, and
healthcare professionals in Arkansas.
Since 1879, UAMS has been dedicated to making a difference in the lives of Arkansans. A world-renowned level of care, providing cutting-edge discoveries, highly specialized and advanced treatments, committed to the very best in patient care and educating the state's brightest young minds. A voice that represents the foundation and the future of healthcare in Arkansas. UAMS, the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences, where medicine lives. Visit uams.edu.
Ameripride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. Ameripride features a wide range of high-quality, custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an Ameripride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for Ameripride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
Right now, it's nighttime. You're starving, and there are people at Denny's just like you. Except for one thing. See, they're not starving. They just ordered a plate of steamy little mini burgers. Oh, here comes a big plate of hot zesty nachos. You know, there's one more difference between you and them. Yeah, see, they're having fun. Denny's. A good place to sit and eat.
Fans, if you haven't been to an Arkansas Travelers game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shedspread Country Crock invites you and your family to get out and see the Travs. You can bring the whole family for Country Crock Family Thursday. Travelers fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shedspread Country Crock product will receive up to 6 free admissions for any Thursday home game. Hurry! This offer ends August 14th. Offer subject to ticket availability. Country Crock. Bring it home.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field. The Travs just announced onto the playing surface, and Bobby Jenks taking his first steps onto the field here at Ray Winder since April the 26th. That's the last time Jenks made a start at Ray Winder Field. Picked up a loss that day against the El Paso Diablos and did not pitch very well. That was a morning game here at Ray Winder, and Bobby allowed a home run and 3 runs over 3 1/3 innings. Made one start that next week in Midland, and then was out of the Travs rotation and pretty much away from the team for 2 months, resting his elbow, in which he had a stress fracture in the ulna bone. Bobby had been told that had he thrown even a few more pitches, maybe just a game or two, that bone could have broken all the way through instead of just the stress fracture that he suffered. And there's a big difference, of course. If you break that arm all the way through like Derek Turnbow did 2 years ago, that's the kind of injury that can cause you to miss not just 1 full year, but the possibility of a 1.5 years and maybe even 2 years if you add in the rehab time. But when it comes to the stress fracture, it was only a couple of months that Jenks needed, and he has pitched beautifully since he's come back. And as Steve, as you mentioned during the pregame show, Jenks has been somewhat of a stopper for the Travs. They've needed a good start. Of course, he's only been with the team for 7 appearances, but if they've needed a good start and Jenks was the next man in the rotation, this year he's come through and pitched pretty well.
He really has. And you look back at Billy Stokely early in the series, Rich Fisher earlier last night, those guys didn't pitch just awful. They had some defensive blunders behind them, and they had some 1 or 2 bad innings that really cost them the game. So if Bobby Jenks can come out and be consistent and have some good defensive help behind him, Travs have a good shot of keeping this game close, because Travis Blackley is on the hill against him. He's a guy that's not going to give up a lot of runs, not a guy that's going to give up a lot of hits for that matter. So the Travelers need to have a good game from Jenks, a good performance where he comes out and keeps the San Antonio Missions off the base paths and, more importantly, off the scoreboard.
This will be the first time that Bobby pitches against San Antonio, not just this year, but in his career. Bobby's spending parts of the last 2 seasons in the Texas League, but never faced the Missions. And they'll get their first chance to hit off of him today. And usually if it's the first time you face a pitcher like this, you've heard a lot about him. The Missions certainly have heard all about Jenks' fastball and his outstanding curve. And they know what to expect from him, but it's much different when you stand in there. You've got to see that fastball coming in, and sometimes it's tough to see. And Mike Curry will step into the batter's box. He leads off for the first place San Antonio Missions, taking on the Arkansas Travelers. Curry, Lopez, and Snelling batting first for the Missions. Curry, a left-handed batter who yesterday picked up a couple of base hits. RBI double and a run scored. He's hit pretty well against Arkansas this season. Curry batting .296 against the Travs, .285 on the year, 1 homer, 39 runs batted in. Jenks from the windup, and his first pitch is fouled off. Curry doing what he has in each of the previous couple of games, swinging at the very first pitch of the game. Hasn't made it on base in the first inning yet, but he's saved most of his offense for later in the ball game. Curry has reached base in every game he's played in the series. Here's the 0-1 from Jenks, and that's high and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Delphine Colon will be calling balls and strikes today. The crew chief is Ben Clanton. He's at first base, and the local umpire Wayne Halbrook takes the place of Peter Durfee. Durfee sent out the AAA to the Pacific Coast League today. Curry smacks one high and deep, straight away to center field, and the ball is gone, and it gives the San Antonio Missions an early lead. A long home run for Mike Curry, just his second of the season. And how about that? Jenks put one down the middle, and Curry makes him pay.
There's a light standard in straightaway center field that has a speaker on it, and it hit well above that speaker in front of the protective screen for Interstate 630. It was a long gone shot by Curry. You don't expect that kind of power from him, but he gives the Missions a 1-0 lead.
Again, that's Curry's second home run of the year, and he's been pretty much penciled in as an everyday player. Jose Lopez takes low and inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Lopez, right-handed hitting shortstop, had a terrific game yesterday. He takes a strike to count 1-1. Lopez a couple of hits, 2 for 4. And even when he made out, he flied out to the warning track, so certainly was seeing the ball very well against Trav pitchers. Bobby with a 1-1, and it's hit into right field in the air. Kenny James coming in a couple of steps to make the catch, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Snelling. When you go back to Curry's home run, you got a fastball like Jenks in the high to mid-90s, and if it's met squarely, a lot of times the batter just doesn't have to put much power onto it. It certainly looked like Curry hit it square, and I tell you what, he was hitting the ball very hard yesterday. Hit a ball off the fence in right center field, so he came close to a home run yesterday. Snelling also batting left-handed. He takes high and outside, ball 1. A home run allowed by Jenks, just the second this season. Both allowed at Ray Winder Field. Wind up by Jenks, and the right-hander's 1-0. Snelling swings, slow grounder towards Smith at second base. Casey with the flip to first for the second out. That'll bring up A.J. Zapp, still with the bases empty, and San Antonio ahead 1-0. Jenks 6'3", 240 pounds. Selected in the 5th round of the 2000 draft. Bobby made it up to Double-A after just a year and a half, pretty much. Maybe about a year and 3/4. In the second year of his professional career, Bobby went 3-7 with a 5.27 ERA in Cedar Rapids in low single-A, and jumped over high single-A, over the California League, and went right to Arkansas for the tail end of the 2001 season. A strike to A.J. Zapp on the outside corner. Zapp batting left-handed. A 2-run double yesterday capped the 4-run 3rd inning. Swing and a miss here, 0-2. Zapp, a power and batting average combination, though that hasn't been the story throughout his career. 305 the batting average, 21 homers to lead the Texas League, and 66 runs batted in. Outside on the 0-2 pitch from Jenks. Justin Leone is on deck for the Mission. Zapp the batter, bases empty, 2 outs. Jenks picked up a win in his first Double-A start in 2001 and also pitched well in the playoffs. Last season was a learning season, you'd say, in many different areas. Pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed by Zapp. He doesn't even run to first base, and the tag applied by Ryan Buddy, and that'll end the inning. The Missions score early on a leadoff homer by Mike Curry. Just the 3rd pitch of the game ends up on the wrong side of the fence, and San Antonio leads 1-0 as we get to the bottom of the 1st inning, and the Travs come into the bat for the first time here on FM 101.1, The River.
Hey, you.
Me?
Yeah, you, the one driving.
My radio is really talking to me.
Listen, you like to eat, don't you?
Do I like to eat?
Can you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Yes, do you like to eat?
Well, of course I do.
Good. You're catching on. Look, do yourself a favor. Drive past that Fat Burger drive-thru you were just looking at. Go to the grocery store, walk directly to the packaged deli case. Pick up a package of Land of Frost luncheon meats. Get something your stomach will appreciate for a change.
Okay, I'm listening.
Oh, now you're listening. Believe me, it doesn't get any better than a mile-high sandwich made from the savory sliced luncheon meats from Land of Frost. Made right here in Arkansas. Honey smoked ham, oven roasted, or smoked turkey breast. Absolutely delicious. Hey, where are you going? I wasn't through talking.
It's time for a Land of Frost lunch. Find Land of Frost brand luncheon meats, including the premium brand 1-pound value pack and new delicious Dagwood brand at your local grocery store.
Horse owners, mosquito season is here. Billions of mosquitoes are putting horses at risk for deadly West Nile virus. Last year, over 14,000 equine cases of West Nile were reported. 1 in 3 clinically affected horses will die. Can you afford to leave them unprotected? Ask for the first choice in proven protection, West Nile Innovator Vaccine. It's preferred by veterinarians and trusted by horse owners coast to coast, with millions of doses safely given. Ask your veterinarian for West Nile Innovator Vaccine from Fort Dodge Animal Health.
Well, the Mission's taking an early lead on the home run by Mike Curry. You don't see many home runs from Mike Curry, not to take anything away from him. He's having a very good year, leads the Texas League in steals, but when he hits a home run on the very first pitch, it's either a fluke or just a perfect swing, and that's exactly what it must have been.
Yeah, Bobby laid a fastball in there to him, and I think Curry just let Mike do most of the work. He made solid contact like you were talking about, hit it right on the sweet spot of the bat, and the ball just took off out of here like a shot.
Nathan Haynes standing to the plate. He leads it off in the first inning for Arkansas. Haynes followed by Casey Smith and Jake Weber. And Travis Blackley out on the mound, the left-hander from Queensland, Australia. Actually, Victoria, Australia. We're going to make sure we get that right. A strike to Nathan Haynes on the outside corner. And the count 0-1. As I said, Queensland, that's where former Trent Durrington is from. And I'm just not all that sure about my Australian geography. Haynes, a fly ball down the left field line, chasing it Jamie Bubella, and he's got good wheels. He tracks it down for the out, one away.
And that was a difficult play because the line drive was dying, tailing toward the line on him, but to make it doubly hard, Bubella was looking straight into the sun on that play, so it was a fine play by Bubella on a sinking line drive from Haynes.
Missions have a tremendous outfield. They can go get just about everything. They're two very strong arms on the corner outfield positions, Bubella in left, Snelling in right, and outstanding range, right field to left field all the way around. Casey Smith, a pop-up on the first pitch from Blackley. A.J. Zapp trying to toe the line between foul ground and out of play, and he's able to make the catch right on the warning track, right where the track meets the blacktop over behind the first base stands. Good play by Zapp. It almost looked like a ballerino making that play. Good looking play by Zapp. Made that kind of a basket catch. You're pretty much going, when it comes to when you're going out of play or when the ball is still in play, you might as well just go right up against the fence or against a hard wall. Because if he had even 1 inch of his shoe on the blacktop, and would not have caught as an out. Would have been a foul ball. Jake Weber takes a strike on the first pitch. Blackley, Travis, only his 3rd professional season, and he is dominating the Texas League. 12 wins, only 3 losses. Weber jammed a little pop-up over to the third base seats, bounces once, and hits the fence for a foul ball. 0-2. Blackley, really last year, although he had good earned run average and good batting average against, the record was only 5-9. That did not tell you how well he pitched in the California League, in a hitter's league. The 0-2 to Weber with the music still playing, and it's taken high for a ball. 1-2.
Weber even turned his head toward the organist in disgust that time.
Next pitch upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm gonna bite my tongue right now. Weber, 308 batting average, 2 homers and 45 runs batted in. Picked up 3 hits yesterday, and that snapped a long slump. Jake had gone about 8 games with only 3 base hits. Broken bat grounder up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Rob Gandolfo. Easy flip to first to end the inning, and the Travs go down in order. So we get to the top of the second inning coming up at Raywinder Field. Missions have the lead 1-0 over the Travelers. You're listening to FM 101.1, The River.
Currently, there are more than 80,000 people on the National Organ Transplant waiting list, and more than 300 of them are from Arkansas. Every 16 minutes, another name is added to that list, and every 82 minutes, someone dies while waiting for a life-saving organ. When you're an organ donor, you're giving someone else a chance to live, which is truly the most precious gift. The Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency hopes you will step up to the plate and talk to your family about organ and tissue donation. For more information, call Aurora, 866-660-5433. Or visit the website at aurora.org.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to this focus group. What a lovely bunch.
Are you sure they can't see us behind this window?
There's a mirror on the other side, genius.
Hey, chill out. What, are you nervous or something?
No, everybody loves us. We're the phone company.
Now, tell me, which directory do you use? Yellow Book or the other book?
Yellow Book.
Yellow Book.
And you, miss?
Yellow Book. That's where I found my plastic surgeon.
They're picking the wrong book.
What if Yellow Book starts to advertise?
More people choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not nice of you to string me along. Say you're retired, but that must be wrong. Tastes just like the original one. That's why I'm craving you.
Traveler Baseball returning here to Raywinder Field. Top of the second inning on FM 101.1 The River. San Antonio Missions 1, Arkansas Travelers nothing. Bobby Jenks takes the mound. He retired 3 batters in a row after allowing the leadoff homer to Mike Curry. So that sends up the number 5 batter for the Missions in the second inning. Justin Leone leads it off. He'll be followed by Jamie Bubella and John Lindsay. This is Phil Elson alongside Steve Marston. Final game here, this 4-game set. To get the Round Rock Express coming into town tomorrow, the Texas League's Houston Astros affiliate coming into Raywinder. Travs took 3 of 4 games from the Express last time they faced him. Round Rock having some serious troubles in the first half, but the Astros have gotten them some new players and made some moves around the system, and Round Rock has improved for the second half. There's still 1 game under 500. Justin Leone fouls off the first pitch. Did he foul that off, or did it hit the catcher's mitt?
I wasn't sure. It made a thud like it hit the bat, but it may have just hit Ryan Buddy's glove. I'm not sure.
The count is 0-1.
So it did. It was a foul tip at the plate.
Well, it did kind of make some sort of move once it got to Leone. There's a curveball from Jenks in there for a strike. But either way, it is an out. So hopefully it's an out. It's a strike. We'll take the strike. Leone batting .288, 12 homers, 65 runs batted in, right-handed hitter. The 0-2 just missed the inside corner, ball 1. Very close pitch. Leone had a quiet game yesterday, went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Not so quiet the day before, as he had doubled twice in a 4-2 San Antonio win. Doubled home 2 runs. 1-2 pitch. Bobby tried the outside corner, doesn't get the call, and it's 2-2. We look at Justin Leone stepping to the plate, and he almost looks like a carbon copy of A.J. Zapp on the other side. They stand very tall in the box, somewhat close to the plate, and they kind of trying to bounce their elbows together with their hands locked on the bat. A foul ball off the catcher here, and it's still 2-2.
Yeah, their stances really are unusual because, as you say, there's hardly any knee bend to their batting stance. They are very up and down, tall in the box.
Now, they certainly didn't model their swings after one another. This is the first year that Leone and Zapp have played together. Leone originally drafted by the Mariners. Zapp selected by the Braves, a first-round pick. A 2-2 from Jenks. Foul tipped at the plate. Got that curveball biting down low, and Leone just got a piece of it as he fights to stay alive. Leone having a breakout sort of season, though he has been an above-average player in his 4-year career. Last 3 seasons has averaged 20 home runs. His batting average has hovered around the .250 mark. Had a lot of strikeouts, but this year he leads the Texas League in on-base percentage. He's become very patient at the plate. Jenks from the windup, and Bobby's 2-2. Fastball fouled over the press box.
And it doesn't hurt having the Texas League home run hitter, leading home run hitter, batting before you in the lineup. You're going to get a lot of good pitches to hit because teams don't want to pitch to A.J. Zapp, especially with runners on base.
And he also has Jamie Bubella batting behind him, and Bubella having a pretty good season as well, though he's not as intimidating a batter as Zapp is and doesn't have quite the power. 2-2 pitch to Leone, swinging a bouncer foul towards the third base seats. Leone wasn't even penciled in to be the everyday third baseman. He would have been getting a lot of playing time at third base, but he would have been playing behind Greg Dobbs, who had helped the Missions to the Texas League title last year. Dobbs hurt his knee in the very first game of the season, actually the second game of the season, and was out for the year. Leone went right in, started playing very well. He's out in front of the pitch, tap bunt towards the shortstop coming in, Brian Specht. He barehands it and can't get the arm to first in time. And Leone beats it out for an infield single. Barely got that ball past the mound. It pretty much looked like a swinging bunt. And Specht gave everything he could to get to that ball and almost got him at first.
You're right. Brian made a fine play. It just deadened out on him just behind the pitcher's mound, as you said, Phil. And nothing Brian could do, but he did make a quality throw after barehanding the ball, but Leone just a step too fast.
Ryan Buddy goes out to the mound to talk with Jenks, and as he does, Jamie Bubella has a couple of words with Delphine Colon, the home plate umpire. Delphine hailing from Puerto Rico. He lives in Houston. Bubella also from Houston. Brother Dane helped Rice to the NCAA College World Championship. Pop-up out of play by Bubella. This one high towards the Southwest Airlines picnic terrace. Jake Weber gave chase, but the ball is out of play by 7 or 8 feet. Foul ball, strike one.
And the amazing thing about that Rice championship, it was the very first NCAA championship in any sport for that school. And that seems kind of hard to believe, but the Owls were able to win the College World Series this year.
Bubella did not play at Rice University. 0-1, swing and a miss. Bubella out in front of that ball. Nice breaking pitch from Jenks. Count 0-2. With Bubella being from Houston, you'd expect maybe he did go to Rice, but no, if I remember correctly, went to Baylor University. Maybe a little bit of sibling rivalry going on there. Certainly interconference for a problem there as Bubella fouls another one off. Bubella, the older of the two brothers. Dane was drafted by the Texas Rangers this year, 20th round. Jamie, selected in the 7th round out of Baylor in 2000. Batting .275, a couple of homers and 44 runs batted in. Infield looks for two. Jenks to the stretch. He throws a pitch out. Buddy throws to first base. Leone gets in. He does not attempt to steal second base. His mission team will run. Him and Leone, 13 steals on the year for Justin Leone. He's never been a guy that had attempted all that many steals. In fact, this year, his 13 steals, that equals more than any season in stolen base attempts. 1-2, and now Leone running. It's low, and Ryan Buddy's throw to second base, a little high, but a good tag, and he's out. Ryan Speck cutting across second base. Dropped down the tag right on Leone's back, and Buddy throws him out. There's one away. The pitch was outside, so the count is 2-2.
That's the second caught stealing of a San Antonio Mission Ryan Buddy has thrown out in the last 2 games. Even last night he made a very good throw in the 5th inning to try to get Curry and just missed having him have 3 for the series.
So now one out and the base is empty, and Bubella fouls away a 2-2 pitch. And when it comes to Bobby Jenks, he can smell those strikeouts, and he goes after them. I think just about any batter he faces, he'd be able to strike out. Got one on Zapp in the 1st inning. Zapp is a guy who strikes out a whole bunch. The 113th time that Zapp has been whiffed this year, and that leads all batters in the Texas League. Bubella also strikes out a little bit. See if we can get one here. The 2-2, a changeup. Good pitch by Jenks. It's bounced 2 times to the second baseman, Smith, and he'll throw to first for the out. Bubella is gone. Good-looking pitch from Bobby. Just when you think he's going to dial up the fastball and try to register a strikeout, he goes for the changeup and gets him to hit it on the ground. And that is one of the big changes for Bobby Jenks over the last couple of seasons. That changeup, that it's not just a pitch that he's added, but that's a pitch that Bobby seems to be able to throw for strikes. And right there, it turned into an out. That's pitching, not just throwing. John Lindsay, right-handed batter, struggling recently, takes low and outside for a ball.
And that seems simplistic to say that you just go out there and pitch, but that is a big difference between throwing and pitching, and it takes guys 2 or 3 years a lot of times to learn that.
You know, keep in mind, of all the things that have been written and talked about with Bobby, he is just 23 years old, actually 22 years old, and is still maturing as a person and as a pitcher. There's a strike to Lindsay down the middle, the count 1-1. Bobby's certainly taking his career seriously right now. He rehabbed pretty hard in Mesa and has come back and is throwing well. Swing and a miss. Big fastball, 1-2. Missions have the lead, 1-0. We're in the top of the second. San Antonio's Mike Curry started the game with a homer to dead center field. And now Jenks has 2 outs. Top of the second, bases empty, and Lindsay behind on the count, 1-2. He's hitting .277. Jenks throws, and he gets the third strike called at the letters to end the inning. Missions go scoreless, got a leadoff single, but Leone caught stealing, and 2 batters go down after that. So it's going to the bottom of the second at Ray Winder, 1-0 your score, and the Missions with the lead. You're listening to Arkansas Traveler Baseball.
If you have a Shell or Texaco credit card, your life just got easier. Shell is now accepting the Texaco credit card, and Texaco is now accepting the Shell credit card. That's right, both cards work in both places. In fact, both credit cards are welcome at over 23,000 Shell and Texaco stations nationwide. With that, the likelihood of not finding a gas station when you need it just went down the storm drain. The same conveniences still apply to both. You can pay at the pump or fill up with a few groceries inside. And if you're short on cash, you can still use them in the nationwide network of Plus ATM machines. And they're still available with no annual fee. But if your wallet hasn't been blessed with one of these credit cards before, here's its chance. You can apply by calling 888-98-SHELL or visit www.shellcreditcard.com. You can also apply for your Shell credit card at any Shell Superstop, your one-stop shop all across Arkansas.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages for more information. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field. 1-0 the score. San Antonio leads over the Arkansas Travelers. Mike O'Keefe will lead things off here in the bottom half of the second inning. And once again, here's Phil.
Thanks, Steve. Had to go for that fan for a second.
I understand.
Our PA announcer, Kevin Cruz, did something smart today, man. He brought a big fan up to the press box, and now everybody stands around it in the inning break.
And you know what? The neatest thing about that fan is it has a remote control. There's a little place at the very top of that fan. You push the little button down, and the remote control credit card size deal comes popping out at you.
Now, we're going to have to swipe that thing and just use it over here during the broadcast. Mike O'Keefe leads off for Arkansas in the second inning and pops up the first pitch from Travis Blackley. Right side of the infield, Blackley watching the first baseman and the catcher converge. And zap, A.J., the first baseman, makes the catch in foul territory for the out. And there's one away. Blackley has now registered 2 outs on 1 pitch. Got Casey Smith to foul out on 1 pitch in the first inning, and now gets O'Keefe to do the same thing here in the second. That'll bring up Carlos Duncan. Brian Speck will hit third in this inning. Travs went down in order in the top half against Blackley. Last time Blackley took a loss was June the 20th at Midland. Allowed 6 runs over 5 1/3 innings, and he's just been tremendous ever since then. A strike to Duncan down the middle. Carlos hitting .247, 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. And Carlos yesterday knocked in a run with a 5th inning double, scored twice. Was hit by a pitch. Swing and a high fly to right center field. That ball hit very well, and it is off the fence. Played by Curry off the wall. Firing to the infield. Duncan headfirst to second. He's safe. And a 1-out double for Duncan is the Travs' first base hit of the game in the second inning. The ball hit the middle of the wall in right center field, right off the one-bank side. And Carlos going the opposite field. Good job by Duncan. That is his 16th double of the season. And a man in scoring position for Brian Speck.
It seemed he was fooled on the pitch a bit because he was out in front just a hair, but was able to get the end of the bat on it with still enough strength to drive it to the gap. Nice job, Carlos, and he's in safely.
Speck looking for a chance for an RBI here. Brian 0 for 2 yesterday, was hit by a pitch and walked twice. Throw to second by Blackley, and Duncan dives in ahead of the throw. Speck's average is .252, 12 homers to lead the Travs, 40 runs batted in, and he'll be batting right-handed against Blackley. Blackley has the ball in his glove when he takes the sign. Hands now together, checking Duncan, has a good lead at second, and he's got quick feet over there. Speck takes the first pitch low for a ball. It's a sinker from Blackley. You'll see a lot of pitches that move, nothing straight, thrown by Travis Blackley. Moving fastballs. The changeup is his best pitch, and that pitch moves. Plus, variety of breaking balls. Terrific mechanics and a wonderful move to first base. Is very tough to run on. The 1-0. And popped up by Speck. This out of play. It'll hit the top of the roof on the first base side. 1-1. Missions 1, Travelers nothing. Bottom of the second inning in the final game of a 4-game set at Ray Winder Field. This will be the final time that the Travs and the Missions play this year. Missions have won 11 of the 15 games this season. Blackley ready, and the 1-1. No, he steps off the rubber and now fires to second base and almost killed his second baseman Gandolfo. The throw was wide. Duncan went in head first to second and tripped up Gandolfo and went high for the ball. Meanwhile, Duncan cut him underneath. But Gandolfo was able to get his glove on the ball, and it stayed away from the outfield, so Carlos could only stay at second base. And Blackley looking at Duncan as he walks. Took about a half a step towards him. I don't know if he was staring him down or not at second base, but certainly took a good long look at the Trav base runner. And now he leans in against Speck. Brian awaits this pitch. And Blackley deals it outside. There was the changeup, and it's a 2-1 count. Well, Speck has had his chances for an RBI in this series. It still has not come through with a run batted in yet. 2 nights ago in the Trav 4-2 loss, Speck left 6 men on base. Pitch low and inside. Now the count 3-1.
And this is again one of those situations where, for Trav fans, you hope Brian is able to reach base here and at least get Carlos to third with just 1 out, so Ryan Buddy will have a chance to drive in the run. But you make it out here, and things get a lot tougher with 2 down to try to get that runner from second home.
Blackley ready. The count 3-1. Gandolfo retreats from second, and Speck pops one up on the infield. This will stay in play. Very same place between first and home plate. A.J. Zapp takes command and makes the catch in fair territory for out number 2. And both outs in this inning have come on pop-ups, which says that Blackley's got the Travs a little off balance. So that'll send up Ryan Buddy. Missions 1, Travelers nothing. Bottom of the second at Ray Winder Field. The lights have been turned on, slowly taking effect. It is hot and muggy tonight here in Little Rock. Game time temperature 93 degrees. And it won't get much lower. It's going to get into the mid-80s, but it'll still be stuffy one way or the other. Brian Buddy standing in there looking to tie the ball game. Missions ahead by a run, and he'll take outside ball 1 from Blackley. Blackley's .220 earned run average is tops in the Texas League. And it's a little over a full run lower than his career ERA. Blackley is having a true breakout season. People are going to know his name after this year. Swing and a miss by Buddy, late on the fastball, which was towards the knees, 1-1. Buddy's batting average at .215, 9 homers, 36 runs batted in, but he still has not hit a home run since June 1st. Buddy yesterday drove home a run, was 1 for 3, but twice was called out on strikes and also thrown out at the plate in the second inning. Duncan running for third. The pitch is high. The throw is on the money, and Duncan is out. What's the deal? Stealing third base with 2 outs? It didn't work, and the Travs' second inning is over. That just made no sense at all. Travs got a double from Duncan, but he runs himself out of the inning, and we're going to go into the top of the third inning, and there's 1-0 lead for the San Antonio Missions. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball.
Race into savings at Quality Chevrolet. Save $8,000 on the 03 Silverado trucks. Or beat that with up to $10,000 off the Tough and Rugged Avalanche. Put the Gwatney Pit Crew to work for you with a brand new Cavalier as low as $179 a month and no down payment. Gwatney is giving cash rebates of up to $4,000. Or get 0% financing for 5 full years. Take the checkered flag to Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville and drive home the savings. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Miller Lite. Miller time. It's time to grab the fellas and hit defrost. Great tasting Miller Lite. Time to melt cold shoulders. Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great tasting Miller Lite. Great tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsible.
Enter Trek's Ride with Lance giveaway today. One lucky grand prize winner will take an all-expense-paid ride with Lance Armstrong. One first prize winner gets an autographed Trek road bike. And a second prize winner gets a Trek travel trip or 2. Plus get huge yellow tag savings on selected bikes and merchandise. No purchase necessary. Details and entry at participating Trek dealers. Open to U.S. citizens 18 and over residing in the 50 states or D.C. Void where prohibited. One entry per person per day. Offer good July 3rd through 27th, 2003.
Enter exclusively at BikeSeller.com. Arkansas Trek Superstore.
Welcome back here to Ray Winder Field. Phil Elson along with Steve Marston on the Traveler broadcast. 2 innings completed, and the Travs behind San Antonio by the score of 1-0. Fans, don't forget about tomorrow's ball game here at Ray Winder. The Round Rock Express visit the ballpark. A 7:10 first pitch. Gates open 6:10. The first 1,000 paid general admission kids receive a free Louisville Slugger baseball bat. Compliments of Weyerhaeuser and KATV. Also, Monkey Boy goes bananas throughout the ball game. He's always entertaining. Blue NU from Arkansas Blue Cross will be at the ballpark as well, and kids run the bases and receive a free gift from Gator Park. That's all tomorrow at Ray Winder Field. You can dial 664-1555 or just go online to Travs.com, and that's where you can buy your tickets too. Leading it off for the Missions in the 3rd inning, second baseman Rob Gandolfo taking on Bobby Jenks. Bobby has allowed a couple of hits and 2 strikeouts over 2 innings. Gandolfo bats left-handed, wide open stance, and he takes a strike down the middle. Gandolfo having a tremendous series. He's had not only just 1 hit per game, but he's had at least 2 hits every game. 6 base hits, actually 7 base hits for Gandolfo in this series. And this is the 4th game he's played in. He's playing every day. Making another base hit down the third base line. A ground ball goes. Weber chasing it to foul territory, gunning towards second. Gandolfo sliding, and second baseman Casey Smith drops the throw. The throw was in time to get the out at second. Casey tried to field it on the second or third bounce, and when he brought his glove across the bag, the ball was not inside of it. So Gandolfo is credited with a double, and you could even call that 1 error. You can't put it as an error on the scoreboard, but all that Casey had to do was squeeze the ball and make sure it was in his glove before trying to make the tag.
And that really kind of goes back to what happened in Game 1 of this series when Leone was able to steal home plate when Ryan Buddy when the bases were loaded of Missions. Ryan Buddy hit it through a snap throw to second base. The throw was right on the money. Casey Smith just didn't squeeze the ball well enough. It dribbled away from him, allowed Leone to come down from third to score. But the error was charged to Buddy.
Buddy and Bobby Jenks having some problems getting their signs down. They had one conversation about a minute ago, and now Buddy has to come out and tell him what he wants. What they got to worry about here is with the runner at second base, of course, the signs change a little bit. They just have to get that sign down now as Scott Maynard steps to the plate. Maynard, the San Antonio catcher, hitting only .212. A homer and 14 RBIs, and Bobby throws a strike on the first pitch. 1-0 is the score. San Antonio leading Arkansas. Top of the 3rd, nobody out. Maynard did not play yesterday. First game of this series, it was all Scott Maynard. Knocked in 4 runs, and it entered the series with only 10 RBIs on the year. The 0-1 is low. Check swing. They'll appeal it. Third base umpire Wayne Halbrook says he didn't go. 1 ball, 1 strike to Scott Maynard. Jenks pitching well right now. He's allowed 3 base hits, but two of them were barely hit that hard. Gandolfo's double was just very well placed right inside the third base line. Placed foul by Maynard. He came in on his kitchen, and Maynard fouls it off the right side for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Ballpark slowly keeps filling up here. Seat cushions given away tonight. Hot weather. Find yourself a seat in front of one of our industrial-sized fans and see how long it takes for all the sweat to disappear. Jenks to the set position. Maynard awaits the pitch. The count is 1-2, and Bobby doesn't throw it. He steps off the rubber and heads to second base. Scott Gandolfo at second, taking a short lead. Trav's infield has opened up a hole between third and shortstop, with Brian Specht trying to hold Gandolfo on. The 1-2 pitch is fouled into the first base seats. Look out. That went right between the Mashburns. Ralph and Nancy have come to every single Trav game from Lone Oak. And they were not sitting next to each other, and because of that, because of the one seat between the two of them, the ball evaded two of our best fans. Oh, man. That was a scorcher.
Thankfully, it did hit an empty seat, or else somebody would have been hurt very badly.
Luck is smiling down on the Mashburns. The 1-2 grounded up the middle. The second baseman, Casey Smith, plays it. This does get the runner to third. Maynard thrown out at first. And it does his job, getting Gandolfo to third base. And Maynard was tailoring his swing to ground it on the right side. And that's exactly why the ball went towards the Mashburns. Maynard was inside outing his swing and swung late on the fastball. The Mashburns sit one section over from the Traveler dugout, and there's not many line drive fouls that go that way, even from right-handed hitters. I can imagine Nancy's heart is still pounding. Infield brought in with Mike Curry standing at the plate. Curry homered in the first to give the Missions this 1-0 lead they hold. Jenks from the stretch, and he missing outside, ball 1. Travs will look to cut down Gandolfo at home plate. Gandolfo does have good speed, but he is not as tightly packed together as Ryan Buddy. See if he would try to take him out at home. Bobby hits the dirt with that last pitch, 2-0. Curry's home run in the first inning, the 16th of his 6-year career. Home runs just don't come often for him. But he sat on a fastball on a 1-1 count and bashed it dead over the center field wall. Jenks needs to strike here on Curry. The pitch is fouled off. Count 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The count on Curry, 1 away. Bobby leaning in, could use the strikeout here or a pop out. The 2-1 pitch, high and outside. And the count 3-1. Bobby hadn't walked any batters through the first 9 he'd faced, which was different in respect to his last couple of starts. 2 starts ago, Bobby worked 3 of the first 7 men he faced, and then only walked 1 batter for the rest of these 5-inning start. 3-1 the count. Jenks throws. Curry swings and misses. He swung at ball 4. It hit the dirt, but he went after it. Now the count full. On deck, Jose Lopez. Missions have the lead 1-0. And in this ball game, it does seem that 1 run will make a big difference. So the Travs are playing for the out at the plate. And Jenks stepping off the rubber, asking Buddy to go through those signs once again. Jenks has the fastball in the high 90s. Clips 100 every once in a while. Outstanding curveball. What does he throw in the 3-2? A fastball that's popped up into the third base seats over towards the Southwest Airlines picnic terrace, but it hits the top row of the bleachers. One fan trying to make a barehanded catch, and another guy walks away from it after it looked like it might have clipped him on the finger. lot of times on a two-strike count against a pitcher like Jenks, you'll see batters choke up, but not Curry. Here's a changeup, and he fouls it back. Just got a piece of it. Jenks' changeup comes in about 10 miles an hour slower than his fastball, which means that his changeup is faster than most fastballs. Batters really have to gear themselves up. You're going to swing at a fastball that is so difficult to see. It's almost like you're not swinging at the ball, you're swinging at the idea of the ball. Where it looks like it's coming in. You would figure they got to start their swing pretty much exactly the moment when the ball leaves the pitcher's hand. 3-2 pitch again, and another foul ball. Curry fighting here. That's 3 consecutive foul balls.
He's spoiling some pretty good pitches. You mentioned the changeup a moment ago, and that one right there. All of them probably would have gone for strikes if they were in around the knees. And Curry doing a good job of staying alive in this at bat.
The count has been full for 3 pitches, and here's the 4th. Hit on the ground. Nice play by O'Keefe. It hits off his glove, stays in front of it. The runner holds at third, and Mike goes to first base for the out. Good job, O'Keefe. The ball was absolutely roped by Curry. One hop to Mike, and he tried to backhand it. Could not stay in front of the ball, but he was able to knock it down.
And with the infield playing in like that, Curry unable to even take a couple of steps toward home plate. Mike looked him back, touched first base for the out, and now the Travs infield can relax with 2 gone.
They drop back as Jose Lopez is announced into the batter's box for the Missions. Right-handed shortstop, fly to right field in his first inning at bat. San Antonio 1, Arkansas nothing, top of the 3rd. Jenks throws. Lopez takes a curveball about 2 feet in front of the plate, and a good block by Ryan Buddy to keep Gandolfo at third base. Gandolfo started this 3rd inning with a soft double down the third base line. Got into second base, even though the throw beat him, as Casey Smith dropped the throw. Gandolfo made it to third on a ground out by Scott Maynard, and then Jenks got Curry on a good play by O'Keefe at first. The 1-0 is a strike at the knees, 1-1. Lopez collected a couple of RBIs yesterday. He'd come into this series in a long slump. The 1-1 curveball, and look at that pitch. Strike 2 called. Started up at the shoulders of Lopez. It ended up down at his knees. That is probably the most unhittable pitch Bobby throws, the curveball. Never mind the fastball. Jenks looking to get out of this jam. Get some momentum to the trap side. A fastball, Lopez hits it into the air to right field, twisting foul, and it is out of play. Right over to the maintenance shack in the right field corner. Still 1-2. Next inning, we'll run down our Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. See what's happening in the Texas League and the majors. Plenty of games to run down. 1 final from the major leagues, none from the Texas League as of yet. And the game in El Paso should be starting any moment now. Jenks stepping off the rubber here. Innings taking some time. They had to get their signs down a couple times. Now Bobby getting some of that rosin powder on the back of his hand. Certainly he's getting a little sweaty here. Pitcher doesn't want to have wet hands. Sweaty palms, not good for pitchers. The 1-2, breaking ball, and it's fouled off. Lopez leaning out over the plate as the curveball had him off balance. Judging by what we're seeing from Bobby Jenks, Steve, he's throwing very well. He's got command of his pitches. Yeah, he's thrown a couple of balls in the dirt, but that happens with even control pitchers. Right now, Bobby looks very strong. San Antonio holding the 1-0 lead, 2 outs. Top of the 3rd, Jenks deals the 1-2, another curveball low, and look out for Gandolfo. Came about a third of the way towards home plate.
You're right.
He expected it to get by Buddy, but good block.
Excuse me, Phil, you're right. Really, Jenks' only mistake tonight was to the very first hitter, Curry, when the ball was hit just to the right of straightaway center field over the wall. The single and the double he gave up were really pretty good pitches, just Mission's able to straighten them out for base hits.
2-2 pitch. Fastball ripped towards third and fair. What a piece of hitting. That'll score Gandolfo, and here goes Lopez into second base with an RBI double to give the Missions a 2-0 lead. Some kind of swing by Lopez. Not only did he yank a fastball in the mid-90s, but that fastball came high and inside. He had to raise his hands for the pitch. Run-scoring double brings in Gandolfo.
And Maximo Pichardo playing off the line at third base. Gave it all he could, dove for the ball, but it would just hug the line out of his reach. Rolled all the way down toward the Missions bullpen in left field. And Lopez is in with an RBI double.
Lopez knocks in his 46th of the season, his 26th double. And third RBI in the last couple of games. Now a man at second for Chris Snelling, and he's out in front of a breaking pitch. Pulls it on the ground. It goes off O'Keefe's glove. A little slow bouncer that Mike had to charge, but it bounces off his shoulder, and he'll get charged with the error. Lopez to third base, Snelling to first.
Well, it takes a bad hop on O'Keefe right as he gets to the ball ready to field it. Takes a little right turn and bounces up and hits him in the shoulder and kind of ricochets off, and everyone's safe.
Not much that Mike could have done on that. He did stay in front of the ball, but as it kicked up off his shoulder, Steve mentioned it rolled to the other side. If it went towards first base, it would have been luck on O'Keefe's side, but if you've seen or listened to the Travs recently, you know that luck is not on their side. So the error on O'Keefe brings up A.J. Zapp. Missions have already scored a run here in the third inning and threatening for more. Men at the corners, 2 away. And left-handed hitting Zapp looking to put a hurting on the ball. Jenks steps to third base, looks at first, and the runners hold. Zapp was struck out in the first inning. Only saw 4 pitches. And he'll take one low and inside. Ball 1. Now, any other runs that are scored this inning will be charged as unearned runs on Jenks' record. But the run that Gandolfo scored goes down as earned. 1-0, and Zapp takes a strike on a Jenks fastball. Outside corner, 1-1.
And here's a situation where manager Dave Brundage would like to see A.J. Zapp be a little more particular. He has a bit of a free swingingness in him and tends to swing for the downs on anything close. And here with situation first and third, it's a plentiful RBI opportunity.
Jenks with a 1-1. Fastball called strike. Inside corner. Another good-looking pitch. Now he's got to try to put this batter away. He had 2 strikes on Lopez. And Lopez ripped the next pitch after fouling off 2 consecutive. With a double that scored Gandolfo. A 1-2, and Zapp swings and misses. The bat goes flying all the way past the grandstand on the first base side. That's probably the winner of the thrown bat contest this year at Raywinder Field. About 115 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, A.J. Zapp. Well, the Missions score a run here in the third inning. 1 run on 2 base hits and an error, and 2 men left on base. 2-0 lead for the Missions. We get to the bottom of the third after this on FM 101.1, The River.
Looking for the perfect snack to go along with the game? Pick up America's #1 food craving and hit a home run with your family. With more than 300 varieties of cheese made right here in America, there are endless ways to cave to the crave. Stop by your local grocer for ideas on how to create mouth-watering appetizers that the entire family is going to love. Cheese is the perfect snack to accompany any game, and you'll be a winner with your family. Ah, the power of cheese. The Isle of Capri and Lula has your Isle One Players Club card. Earn comps, points, and mail offers. Receive cash back on the same day. Plus Isle miles for fabulous merchandise and Carnival cruises. New Isle players who join the new Isle One Players Club and earn 10 points or 1 hour of rated table play in one gaming day will win from $1,000 to $5,000 instantly. All part of the Isle $1 million giveaway. Come in and sign up. Earn 10 points or 1 hour of table play and scratch it off. Winning? That easy. It all happens with Isle One. The best club, the most rewards, only at the Isle of Capri Casino in Lula. No purchase necessary. Full details at the Isle One booth.
Is it time to revamp your office? Well, get in on the best-kept secret in Arkansas. Southern Office Services, located in the River Market, is the #1 source for new pre-owned and retro office furniture. Over 20,000 square feet of desks, chairs, files, panel systems, and much, much more. You'll be amazed at the savings found at Southern Office Services, where service is an art in itself. Located in the heart of the River Market at 608 President Clinton Avenue. Southern Office Services.
Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Ryan Buddy leads off the third inning for the Arkansas Travelers, trailing the San Antonio Missions 2-0. Buddy batting in the 7th spot on the order, followed by Maximo Pichardo and Kenny James. Travis Blackley deals the first pitch outside for a ball. Just about twilight time here. Still a lot of clouds up in the sky, so it is somewhat dark for right now, and the lights slowly take their effect. Travis with one hit off of Travis Blackley. There's a pop-up by Buddy out of play. Buddy was at the plate in the second inning when Carlos Duncan was caught stealing third base to end that second inning. Duncan had cracked a double halfway up the right center field fence with one out, and then attempted to steal third on a 1-1 count and was gunned down by about half a foot. Good throw by Scott Maynard. It's pretty tough to run on Maynard. 1-1 pitch, and Buddy flies it high to left field. Jamie Bubell a couple steps in, and that's an easy play for the out. One away. That'll bring up Pichardo. Take a look around the Texas League and the majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard and see what's going on in our Texas League. All right, now the Frisco Rough Riders the Round Rock Express lead the Rough Riders 2-0 in the top of the third inning at the Dr. Pepper 7-Up ballpark. Round Rock is scoring a run in each of the first 2 innings of that ball game. Wichita and Midland scoreless after 2 innings of play, and El Paso and Tulsa just getting underway right now at Cohen Stadium. First pitch to Pichardo sails over the catcher's head and hit the backstop for ball 1. Pichardo, playing third base, sat out yesterday. Maximo doubled and went 1 for 4 on Tuesday night. Right-handed batter out of the Dominican Republic, and the 1-0 is popped up on the infield, right side of the infield. Second baseman Gandolfo positions himself right under the ball and barely had to move, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. See if we can get to the major leagues here, and there's only one final score to let you know about. The Arizona Diamondbacks continuing to win as they start the second half of the season, just 5 games behind San Francisco in the West Division of the National League. Diamondbacks pick up a 9-1 win at San Diego. Steve Findlay hit his 16th home run of the season, and Kurt Schilling picks up the win. Diamondbacks get back both Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling for the second half of the year. Schilling went 7 innings, allowed just an unearned run on 8 hits and a walk, and he struck out 8 batters for his 5th win of the year. A strike to Kenny James down the middle. Kenny batting right-handed. 2 outs, bases empty in the third. Missions lead the Travelers 2-0. Blackley deals the 0-1, and it's low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the Diamondbacks' success shows how smart Bobby Valentine is. He picked them as dead in the water back in the middle of May, saying they're done when Schilling and Johnson were struggling, and they both get hurt.
Kenny hits one off the end of the bat slowly towards the first baseman, A.J. Zapp. He will beat the throw to first base. Kenny hustling all the way. And Kenny beats it out for an infield single. Zapp a little slow to get to the ball, and Blackley failed to cover first base in time. So that's the second base hit of the game for the Travs, a hustling infield single for Kenny James. And it'll bring up Nathan Haynes. Like to see that kind of hustle. Travs need to get base runners here any way possible, even if they don't hit the ball hard. A guy like James, he runs everything out hard. Kenny runs about as hard as it comes when it comes offensively. See if Kenny tries to swipe second base. Kenny has stolen 10 bags this year, only 14 attempts. Blackley with a great pickoff move, throws to first and picks him off. Right after Kenny beats an infield single, he is picked off at first, and that'll end the Travelers' 3rd inning. 2 men already thrown onto the bases for the Travs as Blackley has faced the minimum through 3 innings. And the Missions hold a 2-0 lead. We'll come back for the 4th after this, and Steve Marston takes the microphone for play-by-play here on FM 101.1, The River.
Warmer days are moving in. Get moving on your tan. Look good and feel great with a healthy, glowing tan from Advanced Sun Systems. Advanced Sun Systems has 4 levels of tanning to suit you and unlimited tanning packages that start at $20 a month with a one-time enrollment fee. Advanced Sun Systems also has the hottest swimwear and beachwear with colors and styles you won't find anywhere else. It's summer year-round at Advanced Sun Systems, located on Chenal Parkway, Maumelle, and the North Little Rock location that offers the incredible UV-free Mystic Tan. Make your appointment today at Advanced Sun Systems and get ready for the ultimate tanning experience.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at Travs.com.
It's no wonder Sonic's burgers taste so great. It's how we build them. We make them when you order them, just the way you like them, with all the freshest ingredients. Right now, get our famous number 1 or number 2 Sonic burger with a large order of golden tater tots for just $2.49. It's a great deal on a classic meal, only at participating Sonic drive-ins. And while you're there, don't forget to try our absolutely decadent strawberry cheesecake shake. The taste of real strawberry cheesecake in a cup, only at Sonic.
Hi, Tom Bodette with a memo to corporate CEOs. Looks like all those accounting shenanigans to make your company look profitable weren't such a great idea. Well, all you had to do was stay at Motel 6. While you don't get the thrill of cooking those books, you do get a clean, comfortable room for the lowest price of any national chain. Of course, the other methods will get you your room, too, but it has bars on it, and you're not allowed to leave. I'm Tom Bodette from Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you. And Accor Hotel.
Hot, muggy night in Central Arkansas as the Travelers and San Antonio Missions do battle here at Ray Winder Field. 2-0 the score. The Missions with a run in the first and third innings to take the lead, and they'll be batting here in the 4th inning against Travs starter Bobby Jinks. Jinks has given up 5 hits thus far, and he'll go to work to Justin Leone, who beat out an infield single his first and only time up. The first pitch to him is hit off the end of the bat foul, out of play. I'm Steve Marston. I'll be in here with you for the next 3 innings of play-by-play. The voice of the Travelers, Phil Elson, will return. At the top of the 7th inning. 0-1 the count to the third baseman from San Antonio. Jinks from the windup to the plate. Right in there, strike called, and Bobby's ahead in the count. 0-2. Bobby's already recorded 3 strikeouts tonight and has Leone on the hook right here for number 4. Here it's the 0-2, high and tight, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, the Round Rock Express come to town. It'll be bat night here at Ray Winder Field. First 1,000 folks through the gate, or actually kids through the gate, will get a baseball bat courtesy of Weyerhaeuser and KATV, Channel 7. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and foul third base side. It'll get all the way down to the bullpen before the ball slows down. And Bobby's still ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Plus, the return to Ray Winder Field of Monkey Boy here tomorrow night. What is Monkey Boy, you say? Well, he's billed as half monkey, half boy, and other than that, I couldn't tell you. I was not here last year, but I'm looking forward with bated breath to seeing exactly what Monkey Boy is all about tomorrow night. The 1-2 pitch from Jinks is taken high, and the count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes to Justin Leone. Leone coming into tonight's game, 2 for 10 in the series. He had a strong game the other night with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs as he reaches out and hits this one on the ground to right center field. It'll roll all the way to the wall, and he'll pull up with yet another Missions double here in this game off of Bobby Jinks. That's the third double tonight by the Missions, and 196th of the 2003 baseball season for San Antonio. That's good for second in the Texas League. So Leone is in scoring position with only one man out. No, there's nobody out. The scoreboard is wrong for Jamie Bubella. Bubella bats from the left side, and Jinks from the stretch to the plate. Called strike one. Nothing in one, the count. Left fielder Bubella grounded out to second base his first time up. Jinks delivers, and it's fouled at the plate. Good fastball. Bubella late on swinging. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. San Antonio and Arkansas playing for the final time this season here at Ray Winder Field. And as I look at the schedule, it's the final time in 2003. These teams has a quick throw to second base, chases the runner Leone back. These two teams have played 15 games against one another, with San Antonio controlling the season series with 11 of those 15 wins. 0-2 the count to Bubella. Now time is called, and we'll start things again. San Antonio with a 19-8 record here in the second half of the season. The 0-2 pitch in the third. Buddy with a fine stop. It dribbles just to his left. He's able to come up with a ball before Leone can advance. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jamie Bubella. Everyone else in San Antonio's Western Division of the Texas League are under 500 coming into tonight's play. Round Rock and El Paso with records of 13-14. Both teams 6 games out. The Midland Rockhounds with a record of 8-19, already 11 back of San Antonio. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Bubella is Bobby Jinks' 4th strikeout victim of the night. Good pitch and 1 out. Now John Lindsay will step in. Lindsay struck out himself in the second inning after Leone led off that inning with an infield base hit. Then Leone was caught stealing on the base path and erased promptly. But now Leone's at second base with only 1 out. Swing and a miss on a pitch down in the dirt by Lindsay. And Bobby jumps out ahead in the count, 0-1. Lindsay, one of the few and maybe the only San Antonio Mission that has been struggling at the plate. In his last 11 games, he has a batting average of just 154. Bobby, the right-hander, will come to the plate with the 0-1. Here it is, and it's hit hard, line drive, base hit left field. This could score the run. Rounding third is Leone. The cutoff throw is cut off. They'll head to second, and Lindsay is out by a mile trying to stretch the single into a double. It'll go 7-5 to 4 on the putout. But the runner does cross the plate, and San Antonio takes a 3-0 lead. But 2 men are gone in the inning, and Rob Gandolfo will stand in. Rob's had another strong night. We mentioned in his first at-bat how he has really crushed Traveler pitching in this series. First pitch to him is inside at the shoe tops for ball one. Gandolfo doubled and scored in the third inning. Last night, he was 2 for 4 with a single and a double and 2 runs scored. The night before, he had 2 singles. And in the first game of the series, back on Monday night, he had 3 hits. So he is blistered Travelers pitching. The 1-0 pitch to him is fouled toward the third base side. Fans reach up and allow it to hit the bleachers. And now everyone scatters for the loose ball. One of those classic cases in the grandstands. If I got it, I'll let it drop and get it on the ricochet. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Rob Gandolfo, who now boasts of a 6-game hitting streak thanks to that double in the third inning. He stands in with 2 men out and no one aboard, and the pitch to him is inside, and the count runs to 2 balls and 1 strike. 3-0 our score. San Antonio with a run in the first, third, and fourth innings on 5 hits. Here is the next pitch to Gandolfo, and it's fouled away into the grandstand, into the Southwest Airlines picnic area beyond the bullpen for the Missions in left field. And Gandolfo hangs in there at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll take a look at the Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard coming up at the bottom of the inning, as Phil was able to give you one of the scores, the day game between Arizona and San Diego, as Gandolfo reaches out and pokes this one toward the gap in right field. It'll get out and roll to the wall. Haynes fields it at the base, throws to second base, and sliding in with the second double of the inning is Rob Gandolfo, and the inning will continue for San Antonio. That's 2 doubles in as many plate appearances for Gandolfo. And the 4th one tonight by Missions batters. Gandolfo and Lopez doubled in the third as the next batter, Maynard, stands in. He swings at the first pitch, chops it to Casey Smith at second, across to O'Keefe, and the side is retired, but not before the Missions get another run on 3 base hits at the end of 3 1/2. 3-0 San Antonio. This is Travelers baseball on the River.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the votes have been tabulated, and here are the winners. Voted Pulaski County's best barbecue, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted Pulaski County's best catfish, Pig and Chick Restaurant. Voted best plate lunch, once again, Pig and Chick Restaurant. And last but not least, voted best family dinner. And you guessed it, the overall winner, Pig and Chick Restaurant in Sherwood. Congratulations to Pig and Chick Restaurant, just 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. To dine at your house, call 834-5456. To place your order and pick it up at the drive-thru window. Or to cater your family or company parties over the holidays, call 834-5456. And for the best barbecue, catfish, plate lunch, or family sit-down dinner, visit Pig and Chick Restaurant, 7824 Highway 107, that's JFK Boulevard, 2 blocks south of Kiel Avenue in Sherwood. Open Monday through Saturday. Hey, it's a proven winner.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a good night kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the knife like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Is downing Metamucil for regularity getting you down?
It's too hard to take.
But you must.
It's thick and
icky, gloppy, and gritty. I cannot!
Next time, try FiberCon. It's a better way to stay regular because just 2 caplets and a refreshing glass of water is all you need to get the same results as Metamucil powder.
FiberCon! Oh, FiberCon! Your refreshment! Easier to take!
Use only as directed.
Back here at Ray Winder Field, 3-0. San Antonio leads over the Arkansas Travelers. Left-hander Travis Blackley will return to the hill for the Missions. He'll face hitters 1, 2, and 3 in the Arkansas lineup. The left-hander deals to Nathan Haynes, who squares to bunt and puts a beautiful one down, but a fine fielding play by Blackley throws him out. Wow. Wonderful play by Travis Blackley, fielding the ball to the first base side of the pitcher's mound and taking away a single for sure away from Nathan Haynes. If Blackley can't come up with that, Nathan's standing on first base. But as it is, a fine play, and there's one man out in the Traveler fourth. Casey Smith now will stand in from the right side. Blackley's only allowed 2 hits to this point. The lefty kicks and deals. First pitch in there, strike one called. Casey looks to extend a 10-game hitting streak here tonight. He popped out his first time up in the first inning. Blackley ready for the 0-1. Inside, it hit him. Just clipped him. Looked like perhaps on the leg or maybe even the elbow. But either way, Casey Smith is plunked, and he's aboard with one man out for Jake Weber. When we get a moment here, we'll update you on a Southwest Airlines Major League scoreboard. Phil mentioned to you earlier Kurt Schilling picking up his 5th victory of the season by defeating San Diego 9-1. Perez the loser. Steve Finley went yard for the D-backs as Weber spokes one to second base. A fine stab of the line drive by Rob Gandolfo. Robs Jake of a base hit, and they're 2-way in the inning. This San Antonio defense is really very sharp, especially in the infield. There's been 2 or 3 balls like the one Jake just hit moments ago in this series. And San Antonio has robbed the Travelers each time. Now Mike O'Keefe to stand in, 2 men away, and a runner at first base. San Antonio leading Arkansas 3-0. Blackley from the stretch delivers, and it's down low for ball 1. Staying in the National League, Montreal and Philadelphia playing at Veterans Stadium in Philly. 2-2 the score. Philadelphia batting in the bottom of the 7th. El Monte against Millwood right now, the pitching matchup. As Blackley comes to the plate, the 1-ball pitch is skied in the air. Foul territory right side. Everyone giving chase, and it'll get out of play into the maintenance shack area. Boy, Mike hit that a long way and very high in the air before it finally came down out of play. So the count moves to 1-1 strike. Bottom of the 7th at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Milwaukee got a 5-run first inning. Pittsburgh answered with a 4-run 5th, but Milwaukee still leads 7-5 in that game. DeJean against Bowringer. 1-1 pitch to O'Keefe inside, turns him away, and it's 2-1 strike. Vanderwall and Jenkins have gone yard for the visiting Brew Crew. Wilson has hit his 5th home run for Pittsburgh. 2-1 strike to O'Keefe. Smith gets his lead from first, a short one, and Blackley to the plate. Hit off the end of the bat foul to the roof of the press box, and out of play. 2-2 now to Mike. Bottom of the 8th in Cincinnati. The Reds trail Houston by 1 run as they bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. 5-4 the score. Dotel on the mound trying to turn that game over to Billy Wagner in a National League Central Division race. 2-2, the count to O'Keefe. Pitch is just outside, and the count goes full on Mike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Casey Smith will be off with the pitch here with the full count on the Travs RBI leader and first baseman with 2 men away, and the Travs trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. The left-hander Blackley to the plate. There goes a runner, hit on the ground hard to second base. Gandolfo gobbles it up and throws O'Keefe out. Mike's 0 for 2 tonight, and the Travs are done in the 4th inning. A hit batsman and nothing else across. At the end of 4 innings, it's San Antonio 3, Arkansas nothing, and this is Travelers Baseball on the River.
Boy, it sure gets hot during the baseball season, and Ready Ice, Arkansas's largest ice company, is always the best choice to keep your favorite drinks cold. Once again, Ready Ice is proud to present Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pop in anywhere Ready Ice is sold in Greater Little Rock, like Exxon stations or your local convenience store, and grab a coupon good for $2 admission to any Travs Wednesday home game. Get ready, get the coupon, and go to Ready Ice Discount Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field.
Stop by AgPro at Highway 165 in England and take a look at the new John Deere 5020 Series tractors. This rugged lineup can handle your livestock chores with ease. Choose the 45 to 75 PTO horsepower straddle mount, isolated open operator station, or cab model that fits your needs. The new tractors offer improved comfort, control, and convenience. So check out the new John Deere 5020 Series tractors at AgPro at Highway 165 in England.
Top Shoes, Arkansas's largest shoe store, and New Balance are proud to support our travelers. New Balance shoes come in the size and width to fit every Travs fan. And Top Shoes has the largest selection of New Balance shoes in the entire state. Not only does New Balance have shoes for athletes, Top Shoes have New Balance shoes for foot problems such as diabetic neuropathy or plantar fascia. The friendly employees at Top Shoes will gladly measure your feet and get that New Balance that is just right for you. Top Shoes is located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, Conway, Russellville, and throughout Arkansas.
Time now for the top of the 5th inning. Arkansas and San Antonio doing battle here at Ray Winder Field. San Antonio with a cushy 3-0 lead behind strong pitching from their left-hander Travis Blackley, who has allowed just 2 hits thus far tonight. We continue with the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard in the National League. In the top of the 8th inning, Atlanta playing at Turner Field are tied with New York at 2 apiece. Weathers against Maddox in that ball game. Ty Winnington has gone deep for his 7th home run of the year for the visiting Mets. And again, that game in the top of the 8th, New York still batting in a tie game, 2-2. Later on tonight in the Coast, St. Louis Cardinals head to Chavez Ravine to play the Los Angeles Dodgers. That game begins 10 minutes after 9 tonight. Both teams with an identical 49-45 record. Stevenson against Nomo should be a good pitching matchup. The first pitch of the 5th inning to Mike Curry is fouled away. Strike 1 from Bobby Jinks. And we're underway. The other game we haven't told you about in the National League is Colorado and San Francisco. They'll get underway at Pac Bell Park about 9:15 tonight. The 0-1 pitch to Curry is inside, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Colorado still trying to keep their wild card hopes alive against the West-leading Giants on the coast. 1-1, swing and a miss by Curry, and he's down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll check out the Southwest Airlines American League scoreboard momentarily as time permits here in the 5th inning. Curry stands in now from the left side with 2 strikes on him. Looks at an off-speed pitch that just misses. Boy, that's a close one to take when you have 2 strikes on you. But he does, and gets the benefit of the call from home plate umpire Ben Clanton. And the count is 2-2. Jinks from the windup. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Curry is retired for the 2nd time tonight after hitting the leadoff home run to begin the ball game. Strikeout number 5 for Travs right-hander Bobby Jinks. And Jose Lopez will stand in. Lopez, one of 3 mission batters who have collected 4 doubles tonight. His was an RBI variety in the third inning. Jinks to the plate, misses away for ball one. Anaheim and Baltimore playing in the bottom of the eighth inning at Camden Yards in Maryland. 2-1 the score, the O's with the lead. Jinks' delivery to the plate misses, and the count is 2 balls and no strikes to Jose Lopez. Weber and Leitenberg doing the pitching battle there. Jeff Conine has hit his 13th home run for the homestanding O's, and they lead and are batting in the eighth inning with a 2-1 advantage over Anaheim. The 2-0 pitch misses inside, and for one of the first and only times tonight, Bobby Jinks has fallen behind 3 balls and no strikes to a batter. Jinks gets his sign with the 3-0 to the plate and misses low for ball 4. And that's the first walk issued by Jinks tonight, and he does it on 4 pitches. So Lopez is aboard with 1 out, and Chris Snelling will hit. Snelling grounded out to Smith at second base his first time up, and then hit a hard shot at Mike O'Keefe, who was playing in on the infield grass. O'Keefe, unable to handle the ball, was charged with an error, allowing Snelling to reach base. Here's the first pitch to him from Jinks, and it misses downstairs for ball 1. That's 5 pitches that have missed the strike zone in a row for Bobby. And Snelling will dig back in from the left side. Jinks looks a runner back to first base and will start again. Middle of the eighth inning in Boston, the Red Sox hosting the Blue Jays, 5-2, Toronto with the lead. Halladay against Timlin as Snelling pops the ball up just outside of the infield dirt. Brian Speck back in the shallow left field, puts the high flying ball away, and that's a dandy pitch to get out of a tricky situation right there for Trav starter Bobby Jinks. When you start missing the strike zone a bunch and you walk a man, you tend to start to lose confidence a little bit. And being able to get an infield pop-up like that may settle Jinks down here. And he'll need to have all his composure about him facing A.J. Zapp. Zapp has struck out both times tonight, but he is one powerful hitter. There goes a runner. Well, actually, it's a bluff by Lopez at first base. He stays put as Zapp looks at the first pitch called, strike 1. Cleveland playing New York at Yankee Stadium. Their game has gone to the top of the ninth inning, tied at 4 with the Indians batting. The 0-1 pitch is hit off the end of the bat, foul territory. It'll get to the stands as Pichardo and Buddy both gave it a look. But Jinks jumps out ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Mariano Rivera on to pitch that ninth inning against the Indians, hoping to shut the door and give his team a chance to win it in the final at bat. Spencer has left the yard for Cleveland. Jeter and Soriano ditto for the Yanks. 0-2 to Zapp. Runner gets his lead at first, and the pitch is high. Zapp doesn't chase, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay, the Texas Rangers have put on their hitting shoes tonight. 11-1 is the score. They've pounded out 14 hits against Devil Rays pitching. Already scored 3 runs in the 8th inning and are still batting as Jinks snap throws to first base, chasing Lopez back, diving in. Juan Gonzalez, Sadler, and Thames have gone deep for Texas in an 11-1 rout as they're still batting in the 8th inning in Tampa Bay. The 1-2 pitch from Jinks. There goes the runner. Swung on and missed, but the strikeout, the throw out is... No, he does not. He's safe. And there goes the runner to try and figure it out. And scoring is going to be Jose Lopez. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. There was already 2 outs in the inning. Okay. So the inning is over. All right, that put a little charge in me as well. Okay. That was Zapp's strikeout. Is the 3rd out of the inning, so it didn't matter. So he sits down for the 3rd straight time on strikes, and the Travs head to the bottom of the 5th inning, trailing 3-0 on the River.
The Fish House is known all across Arkansas for its great catfish. But did you know that the Fish House can cater any event anywhere in the state? Catfish, chicken, hush puppy, shrimp, fries, coleslaw, baked beans, all of them cooked on site. The Fish House even provides plates, utensils, and napkins for up to 3,000 people. All you have to do is eat, because the Fish House takes care of everything else. Come see us for a great meal in Conway at 116 South Harkrider, or call toll-free 877-661-3774 for the Fish House.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You make a difference in the Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Join the Coast Guard or Coast Guard Reserve. Save lives, stop drugs, protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG.
The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG. The Coast Guard. Jobs that matter.
The best part of a convenience store is convenience. Double B's Exxon wants to make your trip to our stores as convenient as possible. That's why we featured Speed Pass at our Exxon locations. Speed Pass is the easiest, most efficient method of payment at the pump, available exclusively at Exxon. Of course, Double B's Exxon features all sorts of ice-cold beverages and snacks. Double B's Exxon, locations at Greater Little Rock, are the places to pick up your Tuesday and Wednesday Travs Family Night discount tickets. And be sure to listen to the Double B's Double Play all season long. Double B's Exxon. Gas it, grab it, and go!
Back to Ray Winder Field. I apologize for getting all excited after a 3rd out was made by A.J. Zapp striking out. And the reason I kind of got behind on that was Lopez slid into second base, and third base umpire Wayne Holbrook signaled him a safe. The Travs, having already recorded the 3rd out, headed into the dugout. And since Lopez was called safe, he continued around second to third and looked like he was going to score another run, but it didn't happen. Carlos Duncan swings at the first pitch he sees from Travis Blackley. Fine fielding play by Jose Lopez, the aforementioned, and he throws it away first base side, so Duncan reaches for the 2nd time tonight. The first error on San Antonio tonight, number 103 on the season, as Lopez may have heard Duncan's footsteps a little bit that time. He fielded it in fine shape going towards the hole and threw a rocket toward A.J. Zapp at first base, but just out of the reach of the big first baseman. And Carlos is aboard for Brian Speck now. Speck popped out his last time up. Carlos bluffs a steal as Brian squares around but takes the bat back for ball 1. 3-0 the score. San Antonio with the lead. Travis Blackley, their left-handed starter, has only given up 2 hits to this point. He deals the 1-0 pitch. Brian tries again to lay down a bunt and fouls it off the plate. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blackley has only allowed 4 Traveler base runners, one of whom was caught stealing. And that was Duncan back in the 2nd inning trying to slide third. Kenny James was picked off after he beat out an infield single. And Casey Smith was left stranded after being hit by a pitch. The 1-1 from Blackley is instead a throw to first, and Duncan is back. San Antonio has scored a single run in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th inning and lead this ball game. As Blackley comes to the plate, Speck swings and misses. And now is in the hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. To this point, Blackley has faced only 1 batter over the minimum in his 5 innings of work. He dangles his left arm and gets ready to come to the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Specht hits it off the end of the bat, foul, out of play. One other game to let you know about in the big leagues is Detroit and Chicago at U.S. Cellular Field. There is rain there in the Windy City. So that game has been delayed, and that is a look at your Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard for the major leagues. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines, the official airlines of your Arkansas Travelers. The 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Brian Specht. Hits off the catcher, bounces away. Carlos Duncan will take the chance and get into second base safely. No throw. The stolen base for Carlos Duncan. So he stands in at scoring position now. Only the second Traveler to reach second base. In fact, Carlos, the only Traveler, reached second base tonight. He did it after his 1-out double in the second, and now stands there waiting on Brian Specht to hopefully drive him home with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Blackley will work from the stretch. Looks at the runner, now to the plate. Tapped on the ground, foul could be, or fair, down the first base line. A good play by Specht. Gets an infield hit, almost a swinging bunt that time. Just dribbled it to the right of the mound, kind of in a no-man's land between Blackley, the pitcher, Gandolfo, the second baseman, and Zapp, the first baseman. Nobody was able to field the ball. Duncan advances to third, and the Travs are in business here with nobody out and runners at the corners for Ryan Buddy. Scott Maynard, the San Antonio catcher, steps out in front of the plate, flashes signals to his infield and his outfield of how they want to play this situation. And here's a point in time in the game where you don't really need to do too much. Fly ball, medium ways deep, will score 1 run for the Travs right here. First pitch to Buddy is fouled right this way to the screen and makes it to the roof for strike 1. Well, Buddy had a nice beat on that pitch, but just missed it. 0-1 the count. Duncan's at third base, having reached on an error and stole second. He took third on the infield single just moments ago by Brian Specht. The 0-1 pitch, just a little bit low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, not sure how much better that pitch could have been, but then again, I'm up here, and home plate umpire Clanton is right on top of it. 1-1 the count. Critical situation in the ball game for the Travelers. They trail by 3. Buddy swings, drives it in the ground, base hit to left field. Duncan scores. Specht rounds second, but holds up right there on the RBI single by the Travelers catcher. Gets the Arkansas home team on the board. The score is now 3-1 San Antonio. So Ryan Buddy comes up with a clutch at hit, and there's still nobody out, and the Travelers have runners at first and second for Maximo Pichardo. Maximo had a double back on Tuesday night to drive in a run in the 9th inning against San Antonio in a game that Arkansas lost 4-2, but otherwise has been held hitless in this series. He'll back out of the box right here because Blackley's taking too much time. One already in for the Travelers here in the 5th inning. Specht at second base after his infield single. Buddy at first base after his RBI single to left field. As the fanometer comes to life, getting these fans here at Ray Winder Field into the ballgame. Pichardo lays down a bunt, and it's a beauty. Down the third base line. Throw to first is in time. He is retired, but he advances the runners to second and third base. Oh, what a fine play by Maximo Pichardo. Laid the bunt down beautifully and sacrificed himself, and the Travs now, with a one-out base hit, could tie the ball game. Leone makes a fine fielding play from third base and threw to a covering Gandolfo at first, so the sacrifice goes 5-4, as Pichardo perhaps caught the Missions by surprise a little bit there. Even though they did record the out, Maximo made it close down the first base line. Kenny James now, the switch hitting right fielder, stands in. The first pitch to him, he squares as if to bunt and takes strike one. Three to 1 the score. San Antonio with the lead. They've out-hit the Travs 7-4, and each team has committed an error. Travs with runners at second and third, and Kenny James awaiting an 0-1 pitch. Here it is, and almost hit him. He skips away from catcher Maynard just a moment, but not far enough to score Specht. And the count is even on Kenny. 1 ball and 1 strike. Until this inning, Blackley had only allowed 2 hits to Arkansas batters. He's already given up that many here in this inning, plus a costly error led to a run. The 1-1 pitch, Kenny waits on a slow off-speed delivery and fouls it back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You could tell Kenny was really patient on that pitch. Waited, and swung, but just came up a little bit empty and makes contact to the screen to stay alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Only 1 man out. First base is open with 2 Travelers aboard. The 1-2 pitch from Blackley, little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one didn't miss by much. Good eye from Kenny James at the plate. Travs leadoff man Nathan Haynes waits on deck to get his third at bat against Travis Blackley. 2-2 to James. The runners at second and third get their lead. And now time is called. Scott Maynard wants to go out to the mound and make sure he and Travis Blackley are on the same page right here. As fans get back into the ball game, courtesy of the fanometer. Very critical situation in the game. Travelers with the tying run at second base. Kenny James awaiting a 2-2 pitch with 1 man out. Here it is, and he lifts it high in the air, popped it up on the infield. Great pitch by Blackley, and Rob Gandolfo puts out the high fly ball. That takes a little bit of steam out of the crowd, as now 2 men are away for Nathan Haynes. We saw the Travelers' character last night after falling behind to San Antonio, battling back for 2 runs in the 5th inning before San Antonio was able to put together a rally of their own in the 7th to win that ball game 6-3. First pitch to Nathan Haynes is taken for strike 1 called. San Antonio scored the first 3 runs of the game. The Travs have already knocked in one here in the fifth. And two men are on base as the 0-1 pitch comes to Haynes and is taken high for ball one. Nathan, nothing for two tonight. He lined out to left field his first time up and grounded back to Blackley on the mound on a fantastic play by the starting pitcher for San Antonio, throwing him out in the fourth inning. 1-1 to Haynes. The runners get their leads inside, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, this is again a critical situation in this ball game. Should Nathan Haynes come up with a base hit here, it would tie the game going in to the 6th inning. The 2-1 pitch. Nathan thought about swinging but lays off, and now he's in the driver's seat. 3 balls and 1 strike. First base is open. We'll see how Blackley wants to pitch it here. He does have 2 away in the frame. Does he go after him or be careful? We'll see. 3-1. Here it is. It's hit on the ground. Base hit to left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Buddy around third to the plate. The ball goes through the legs of Maynard. He scores on the play. Nathan Haynes takes second base with a 2-run double, and the Travs have tied the game at 3 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's clutch hitting that the Travs have not had very much of throughout this season. And Nathan comes up with a big 2-run scoring double. And before Casey Smith can hit, pitching coach Rafael Chavez will head to the mound to talk to his left-hander Blackley. Nobody warming up in the San Antonio bullpen. As I glance down to the right field line, the Travs do have some action. Looks like Ryan Cummings is warming up just a bit. Well, now as I say that, Ryan puts his glove down to get him a drink of water over in the right field bullpen. How about Nathan Haynes, though, coming out with the big clutch 2-out double that scored Brian Speck and Ryan Buddy to tie this ball game. The inning started with Duncan reaching on an error. He then stole a base. An infield single by Speck put him at third. Then the RBI single by Buddy. And then after a couple of outs, a 2-run double by Nathan Haynes has tied this ball game at 3 as we play in the bottom of the 5th inning. Meeting at the mound over with, Travis Blackley will now go to work to Casey Smith. Casey was hit with a pitch his last time up in the 4th. Blackley fakes a throw to second base and chases Haynes back. Casey trying to extend a 10-game hitting streak. He popped out in the first inning, so he's officially 0-for-1 after being hit with that pitch and popping out. First pitch to him is a high fastball that he just barely fouls to the screen for strike 1. Travs manager Tyrone Boykin up the line at third base, ready to wave home Nathan Haynes. Should Casey Smith get a ball to the outfield. 3 runs already in for the Travelers here in the 5th. We're tied as Blackley comes to the plate, and the ball gets away, and Haynes will take third base. It goes all the way into the stands, it looks like, as it got away towards the San Antonio bullpen and bounced into the stands. So Nathan Haynes goes to third base on the wild pitch. And now Casey Smith's job's a bit easier with Nathan at third base, but it's still going to take a 2-out base knock. Casey stands in from the right side. 1-1 pitch to him is high. 2 balls and a strike. Crowd starting to make a little bit of noise here as the Travelers have really showed a lot of heart in this fifth inning, battling back to tie the game from a 3-run deficit. Blackley to the plate. Casey lifts it in the air, center field. Going back is Curry to the warning track, reaches up and hauls it in. Nice play by Curry to retire the threat. Casey hit it a long way, but Curry makes a fine play. And the Travelers are done in the fifth inning, but they score 3 runs to tie the game on 2 base hits and 3 base hits and an error. We go to the 6th inning, 3-3 San Antonio and the Travelers, and this is Travs baseball on the River.
Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia specializes in autographed collectibles from the worlds of baseball, football, basketball, movies, and music. Memorabilia signed by the likes of Joe Montana, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, John Wayne, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis, Britney Spears, and the Beatles. And remember, everything sold at Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia is 100% authentic or guaranteed. It's all at Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia at the intersection of Rainwood Drive and Green Mountain. Give them a call at 219-0003 for Hollywood Sports and Memorabilia.
Sundays are sin tonight and repent tomorrow at Banana Joe's Island Party, Little Rock's newest nightclub located downtown in the River Market. Sunday Sin Night features $2 domestic beer, contests featuring color TV giveaways, and a free buffet from 9 until 11 p.m. when you sign up for a Sin card. Plus other specials on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. Banana Joe's any night of the week at 300 President Clinton Avenue in the River Market.
Hello? I've got good news. What? My Aristotle internet bill is only $5.50 this month. Last month it was only $7.
And that's your good news?
Uh-huh. With Aristotle, you only pay for the time you spend online at the rate of 50 cents an hour. How much time do you spend on the internet?
Well,
I bet you'd save money with Aristotle, too.
I probably would.
Okay, bye. Oh, yeah, also, I'm getting married.
Good news should be shared with good friends. Sign up for Aristotle Internet at www.aristotle.net.
The weekend's all yours, so let go with your favorite movies on Wii, Women's Entertainment. This Saturday at 8 Eastern, Sally Field pours her soul into Places in the Heart. And Sunday at 8, Jennifer Aniston works her charms in She's the One. This summer, weekends begin with Wii. Find out if you get Wii, Women's Entertainment. Go to Wii.tv.
Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
Travs have a new pitcher in the ball game as we get ready for the top of the 6th inning to begin. It's Ryan Cummings making his 24th appearance with a record of 1-4. Just under 6 ERA. Ryan has given up 58 hits, 14 runs, 13 strikeouts, and just over 41 innings of work. Batting average against is .343. That's a number Ryan would like to get down as he starts this inning against Justin Leone and pours in a strike one. Leone has yet to be retired tonight by the Travelers. Had a base hit in the 2nd inning and was one of the 4 doubles tonight by the Missions and scored a run in the 4th. Well, to say that he wasn't retired tonight is technically inaccurate because he was thrown out trying to steal second base in the 2nd inning. So he has been retired, but he's had 2 base hits. The 1-1 pitch from Cummings just misses downstairs, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll give you the final numbers on Bobby Jenks, the Travs starter, who, thanks to the Travs rally in the 3rd inning, will now pick up a no decision in this ball game. As Cummings comes to the plate with the 2-1, it's foul to the screen, and count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bobby goes 5 strong innings, 3 runs given up, all were earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, and struck out 7. So while Bobby wasn't dominant, he did pitch well enough to keep the Travs in the game, and that's about all that could be asked for by manager Tyrone Boykin. 2-2, strike 3 called. Leone will sit down on strikes. eighth strikeout. Or no, I'm sorry, I was right the first time. 7th strikeout for Traveler pitching. First one of the night by Cummings on his very first batter face. Now Jamie Bubella to stand in. Bubella nothing for 2 tonight. With nobody on and 1 out here in the 6th. Fouls the first offering away for strike 1. San Antonio scored a single tally in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th innings. The Travelers came storming back in the 5th, scoring 3 runs of their own, and that's where we stand, all tied at 3. Cummings from the stretch to the plate and trying to lay down a bunt as Bubella fouls it off and now is in the hole, 0-2. Not a bad idea by Jamie. You have 1 man out. You have Pachardo and Mike O'Keefe playing back at the corners. Mike can sneak a bunt down and beat it out. But as it stands, it's a foul ball, and he's down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Cummings bidding for his 2nd strikeout of his many batters. Takes a deep breath to the plate. Down low in the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll take a look at Southwest Airlines Texas League scoreboard here in the top of this 6th inning. Games going around the circuit tonight. Interdivisional play. Round Rock and Frisco, top of the 7th inning. The Express and Rough Riders tied at 4. The 1-2 pitch just misses outside for the count to go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Elsewhere in the league, Wichita and Midland playing at First American Bank Ballpark. 3-1, the hometown Rockhounds lead over the East Division leading Wichita Wranglers in the top of the 6th. 2-2, the pitch is fouled off to stay alive. A good piece of hitting by Bubella. And the count hangs at 2-2. Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, top of the 5th inning, the hometown Diablos with a 1-0 lead over the Tulsa Drillers. And again, that ball game in the top of the 5th inning. So a 2-2 pitch hammered on the ground, fair ball past first base. It'll roll all the way to the Traveler bullpen. Motoring around first base and pulling up to second is Jamie Bubella with the 5th Missions double of the night. Wow, we've seen San Antonio really use the lines here tonight as far as hitting goes. They've doubled down the third base line and now twice down the first base line. And San Antonio threatens to take the lead here in the 6th inning with a man at second base and only 1 out for designated hitter John Lindsay. Lindsay tried to stretch a single into a double in the 4th inning and was thrown out at second base. He stands in now 0 for 2. Cummings will work from the stretch, now to the plate. Downstairs for ball 1. 3-3 the score. San Antonio with 8 hits, the Travelers with 5, and each team with an error tonight. The 1-ball pitch to Lindsay is lifted high in the air. Looks like it's going to get out of play and does. About halfway up the field box section, and a man makes a fine catch on the play. A father sitting with 3 children. I assume it's a father. It's a grown man. In the middle of 3 kids right there. Reaches up, makes the grab on the foul ball, and has yet to give it to one of the kids. He's going to hold on to it himself. He made the catch. He's going to keep it. 1 ball and 1 strike to John Lindsay as Cummings again works from the stretch to the plate. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Trav's bullpen continuing to have a little action. Looks like that Scott Schneider getting loose on this muggy July evening. 2 balls and 1 strike to the designated hitter for the Missions. He backs out of the box. And we'll do it again. Bubella stands at second base with a 1-out double. Lindsay at the plate with a 2-ball and 1 strike count as Casey Smith bluffs to second base, causing the runner to go back. And this may be a little bit of a stall tactic to get Schneider ready in the bullpen. We're tied at 3. Lindsay at the plate. Bubella at the third base. He tries for third. Now he's thrown out, stealing from second to third. Another fine play by Ryan Buddy, the Travs catcher. Even though there's a right-handed hitter in the box, he takes a step from behind him, fires to third base, and guns down Bubella for the second caught stealing of the night. That's 3 on the series for Ryan, dating back to last night. He's had a fine series defensively. So now the bases are empty and 2 men away with a 2-ball, 2-strike count, and swing and a miss, strike 3. Lindsay is gone, and the Travelers retire the Missions. A 1-out double and a caught stealing, nothing else across for San Antonio. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Travs and Missions tied at 3 on the river.
Sports is fun, but it's just a game. Your life, on the other hand, needs a little more serious game plan. Like preparation for a career in today's growing technical fields. That's why ITT Technical Institute offers associate's degree programs in areas like electronics, computer drafting and design, and information technology. The skills and knowledge taught are in technical areas that can have practical value in the workplace. For more information on ITT Tech, call 565-5550 today. Or find us on the web at itt-tech.edu.
When Mac told me about BC Powder, I had no idea it would start a 20-year friendship.
Yeah, I remember Tim laying on the locker room floor.
It was my first televised wrestling match. You were the referee. A lot of help you were. I got tossed in the third row of seats.
Yeah, no, that's a BC moment.
My back was sore, neck was sore, shoulder was hurt, and you said, here, kid, here's a BC.
Yeah, BC works quick. It'll get you back on your feet to do it all over again.
BC is the best-kept secret in wrestling.
Not anymore.
BC Powder. Share the relief. Use as directed.
It's no wonder Sonic's burgers taste so great. It's how we build them. We make them when you order them, just the way you like them, with all the freshest ingredients. Right now, get our famous #1 or #2 Sonic burger with a large order of golden tater tots for just $2.49. It's a great deal on a classic meal, only at participating Sonic drive-ins. And while you're there, don't forget to try our absolutely decadent strawberry cheesecake shake. The taste of real strawberry cheesecake in a cup, only at Sonic.
So I was in a crowded elevator, inches away from this blue-eyed guy. All I could think was, is my breath bad? Teeth not so white? I started holding my breath. Then I realized I use Crest Whitening Plus Scope. It's got Crest Whitening power for a white smile, and it's got Scope in new cool peppermint for icy fresh breath. So, after 20 floors, I realized I can also exhale. Crest Whitening Plus Scope.
After struggling in the 5th inning, giving up 3 runs, albeit them all unearned, Travis Blackley returns to the hill for San Antonio to face Jake Weber here in the 6th inning. Jake looks at the first pitch inside for ball 1. Tie score here in Little Rock as Blackley's next delivery is a little bit inside, and the count advances on Jake. 2 balls and no strikes. Jake was 0 for 7 in the series coming in to last night's game, and promptly went 3 for 5. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and he swings over the top of an off-speed. And Blackley's got himself back in the count at 2 balls and 1 strike. After that great game last night, Jake is 0 for 2 so far tonight. He looks at the 2-1 high. Now he's in the driver's seat, 3 balls and a strike. Jake grounded out to second in the first and then lined out sharply to Gandolfo in the 4th. The 3-1, Jake hits it off the end of the bat foul. Pitch too close to take, apparently. Now the count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mike O'Keefe waits in the on-deck circle to hit after Weber. The payoff pitch. Chopped foul, first base side, and Jake stays alive. Blackley motored through the first 4 innings against Travelers hitting, only giving up 2 hits. Then came the 5th inning. Travs scored 3 runs, all of them unearned because of an error, as the payoff pitch to Weber is taken high for ball 4. First walk of the night issued by Travis Blackley. The Travs managed in that 5th inning to get those 3 runs on 3 hits and that 1 error to tie the ball game after trailing 3-0 at the beginning of the frame. Now Jake Weber stands at first base as Mike O'Keefe stands in the box. First pitch to O'Keefe is hit hard to second base, could be 2. Out at second, relay to first is in time. A fantastically turned 4, 6-3 textbook double play. Gandolfo to Lopez to Zapp. And just like that, whatever momentum the Travelers had has just been taken away. First double play turned tonight for San Antonio. They turned 1 last night as well. Actually, they turned 2 last night as Carlos Duncan stands in to hit. Looks at the first pitch at the knees for strike 1 called. Duncan doubled in the second, was caught stealing. Third base. The 0-1 pitch inside, called strike 2. And Duncan reached on an error, stole the base, was wild pitched to third, and then driven in by Ryan Buddy's RBI single in the 5th to score the Travs' first run. The 0-2 pitch, almost hit him. Wow. Spun him away. Hard fastball in at the letters. And Duncan takes a deep breath and gets back in. 1-2 from Travis Blackley. Here it is. Swing and a foul tip back to the screen. Duncan just barely staying alive on a dandy changeup thrown by Travis Blackley. Still no activity in the Mission's bullpen. They have used a lot of pitchers in this series. They used 4 last night. As the 1-2 pitch comes to Duncan, it's a drop third strike. As Duncan hustles down the line, he's thrown out 2-3, and that retires the side for the for the Travelers. Into the 6th inning, we're still tied at 3. Phil Elson on his way back. This is Travelers baseball on the river.
Meet Bob, the carpenter. He's smart, he's a pro, and he wants the best for his family. What does he do? Join the union. Bob knows that a union carpenter maximizes his earning power, gets family insurance, and a pension plan he can count on. Plus, a union carpenter has access to union training, learning new skills, and advancing his career. Carpenters, pile drivers, floor layers, and millwrights. Join now and start enjoying the benefits. Call the Arkansas Regional Council of Carpenters at 501-568-2500 for more information.
Hey, what's up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can be bought, a soul, taught, a told. The boy tried to keep the buddy lost his soul. On the road to the princess, he lost control. About the eye of a needle, I was off his soul. If it's never nothing, you're far from gold. In your actions, all is told.
This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with the full taste of Coca-Cola.
You got an appetite, a taste that you can savor. Something different tonight, irresistible flavor. Chicken on the barbie and fish of the day. The Outback Grillers will blow you away. Outback Steakhouse, it's just right. Outback Steakhouse.
No rules, just right.
Six innings in the books here at Ray Winder Field. We've got a good one on our hands.
Travs and the San Antonio Missions tied at 3. The totals after 6. Missions 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and the Travs at 3 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. This is Phil Elson back on the broadcast, joined as well by Steve Marston. And the Travs just bringing in their third pitcher of the game. Scott Schneider has come out of the bullpen replacing Ryan Cummings. Cummings pitches a scoreless 6th inning, did allow a hit, got a couple strikeouts. Man caught stealing at third base. Good job by Rhino. And here's the right-hander Schneider dealing the pitch to Rob Gandolfo, and it is in there for a strike on a curveball. Gandolfo leading off the 7th, bats 8th in the order. He's followed by Scott Maynard and Mike Curry. Schneider from Norfolk State, right-handed pitcher, deals it, and it's popped into the third base seats for another strike. 0-2. Fine on Schneider this year as he's out of the pen for his 19th appearance with Arkansas. 5 wins, 2 losses, and a 4.15 ERA. However, Scott allows just a little bit over 4 more runs per game when he pitches in Little Rock compared to when he's out on the road. 623, his Ray-Winder Field earned run average. Gandolfo, a couple of doubles in his 2 at-bats today. Left-handed hitter, and he pops the 0-2 pitch behind third base. Pichardo backs up, and Pichardo takes charge and makes the catch for the out, 1 away. And it'll bring up Scott Maynard, who's 0 for 2, and a couple ground outs to second base. Well, here, folks, this inning, we'll have a look at our BikeSeller.com Tour de France update. They had an off day yesterday and got back to the racing today. And, Steve, you and I learned something about Tour de France racing yesterday, that if you unintentionally go out of the course to avoid a crash, you don't get docked any time. Scott Maynard, first pitch swing, ground ball, foul just past third base. That's a strike. Good play by Pichardo. Did throw across the diamond, but Maynard will get some more pitches. The count is 0-1. And that information was passed along to us by Traveler Assistant General Manager Hap Seliga, who right now is tending with his wife, Chastity, at some hospital in central Arkansas here in Little Rock, as they're about to be first-time parents, either sometime tonight or early in the morning. Congratulations to Hap and Chastity. Not just from us, but from everybody at the ballpark here at Ray-Winder Field. As part of the Trav family. A strike to Maynard on the inside corner, 0-2.
That's absolutely right.
And Hap and Chast did not know if it was a boy or a girl. If it's a girl, it's going to be Emma Jane. If it's a boy, it will be Cooper. The 0-2. Check swing, and it goes around. Strike 3. Buddy applying the tag as the breaking ball hit the dirt, and Schneider has a couple of outs. That'll get us back to the top of the order, and Mike Curry.
I would let you know about the Tour de France. You know, you said yesterday they have an off day. You know what they did on their off day? They still biked over 60 miles just to keep their legs in shape and keep their legs in working order for I think, a 90-mile stage they had today.
Went 95.2 miles from Narbonne to Toulouse, the 11th stage of the Tour de France, ending in the city known as the Pink City. Wow. Sure, that was fun. Curry hit the home run to start the game. He's 1 for 3. Left-handed batter pops it out of play for a strike. Lance Armstrong finished 29th in the 11th state. The winner was Spain's Juan Antonio Flecha. 3 hours, could be Flecha. 3 hours, 29 minutes, 33 seconds to bicycle the 95.2-mile route. The 0-1 to Curry. Showing bunt, got it down the third base line. It's hugging the chalk. Good play by Buddy. Barehand comes to first and gets the out. Great play by Ryan Buddy. And that will end the 7th inning for the Missions. They go down 1-2-3 against Scott Schneider. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Get them up and enjoy this one. It's a 3-3 tie between the Travs and the San Antonio Missions. We're back after this for the bottom of the 7th on FM 101.1 The River.
The Electric Cowboy is open Wednesday through Sunday at 7:30. Wednesday, Ladies' Night. All ladies entering before 10 receive a $5 cash gift, plus dance lessons and a 9-ball pool tourney. Thursday features crazy cash games, dance lessons, and specials on pitchers and long necks. Friday night has special long necks until midnight, and Saturday's early bird long neck special lasts until 9:30. Then we wrap it up Sunday with an 8-ball pool tourney and $50 cash to the best karaoke singer. The Electric Cowboy off I-30 at the Chico Road exit.
Tractor trailer accident, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer injury, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor trailer investigation, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor Trailer Settlement, Gary Eubanks and Associates. Tractor Trailer Litigation Experience, Gary Eubanks and Associates. At Gary Eubanks and Associates, an experienced trial lawyer will handle your tractor trailer case. And as always, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
Listen, the crack of the bat, the distant whine of a lawnmower, the sounds of summer. A season when you try to spend as much time outside and out of the kitchen as possible. And when Del Monte can-do recipes come in handy. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple, nutritious mealtime solutions using 3-step or less that you can prepare in 20 minutes or less, and they're free. Sound good? Simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
Bottom of the 7th about to start here at Raywinder Field. Travelers and the Missions knotted at 3 apiece in the final game of this 4-game series. San Antonio took a 3-0 lead after the 4th inning on trap starter Bobby Jenks, but Arkansas rallied for 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning to tie it up against Travis Blackley, and Blackley comes out for his 7th inning of work. Leading it off for the Travs is shortstop Brian Specht. He'll be followed by Ryan Buddy and Maximo Pichardo. Specht had an infield single in the 5th inning and came around to score a run. He's 1 for 2. And he'll bat right-handed against the southpaw. Blackley deals the first pitch outside, ball 1. Finishing our BikeSeller.com Tour de France update, mentioned Lance Armstrong finished 29th. He still retains the yellow jerseys, 21 seconds ahead of Alexander Vinokurov. And a very important time trial tomorrow. The 12th stage of the Tour de France is a hilly 29-mile get dash. A strike to Specht, 1-1. They'll go from Gaillac to Cap de Couverte. It's a good thing I did take that French. It didn't come in handy for, about 8 years after I took my last French class. Little did I know BikeSeller.com would make those French lessons necessary. Pop-up out of play by Specht, 1-2.
I'm glad it's you and not me. Because my foreign language was American Sign Language, so it wasn't really helping this situation at all.
How's that a foreign language then?
Well, it's another language.
It is. It's a good thing to know.
Sure.
1-2 to Specht, and the pitch is called for strike 3. Inside corner, and Specht sits down on strikes. Blackley hadn't struck out a batter until he whipped Carlos Duncan to end the 6th inning, and then he strikes out the next man he faces. That'll bring up Ryan Buddy. Buddy had an RBI single in the 5th inning and brought home Duncan with the Travs' first run. Ryan is 1 for 2. BikeSeller.com Tour de France update is brought to you by BikeSeller.com. You can check out a Trek OCLV road bike just like the one used by Lance Armstrong and his U.S. Postal teammates. While you're there, you can register to take a one-on-one ride with Lance Armstrong. That is BikeSeller.com in Little Rock, 2601 Kavanaugh in Hillcrest. Buddy taking a pitch down low for a ball. 1-0. Pichardo to follow him. 3-3 tie. Bases empty. Blackley to the windup. And left-hander throws it in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blackley had pitched very, very well throughout the first 4 innings, allowing just 3 base runners. And then in the 5th inning, after Carlos Duncan reached on a throwing error by the shortstop Jose Lopez, Travs started to hit him a little bit better. Popped up by Buddy again. This one behind third base to foul territory. Leone chases it into the bullpen, lunges out at the last second, and loses the ball. Evaded his glove by about a half foot.
That would have been a fantastic catch if Leone could have come up with it. His back was to the infield. The ball was still above his head as he's running. Toughest catch in all of sports to make like that, and he just about did it.
And it was Leone's ball. Nobody else got out there. Left fielder Bubella, shortstop Lopez. Leone gave the chase. Count is 1-2. Blackley rears back and deals, and Buddy smacks it up the middle for a base hit. Good piece of hitting on a 2-strike count. Right into center field for Ryan's second base hit of the ball game. He's starting to swing the bat a little bit better recently.
Well, he had
a long slump for a couple of months, barely hitting over 100.
He really has. He had a 2-out RBI single last night, an RBI single tonight in the 5th inning, and now another strong base knock. We've talked about it at length about Ryan, been a very streaky hitter and in a prolonged slump. Maybe this is the start of something good for him.
Well, Buddy, not just a couple of hits in his last 2 at-bats, but he's hit the ball sharply. Pichardo standing in there. Buddy representing the go-ahead run. Ryan's base hit is the Travs' 6th of the day. Pichardo dropped down a sac bunt in the 5th inning. And the first pitch to him, he hits in the air to the right fielder, Chris Snelling, and that's an easy catch for out number 2. Kenny James standing in next. Well, after this game, the Missions head on to Frisco. They'll take on the Rough Riders for a 4-game set. At the Giant Soda Bottle, Round Rock Express visit Raywinder Field starting tomorrow. 7:10 first pitch tomorrow. 6:30 doubleheader on Saturday. We're giving away gloves to the first 1,000 kids Saturday. Bats to the first 1,000 kids tomorrow. Sunday is an off day. And back to action Monday night at 7:10 against Round Rock. Then Frisco visits Raywinder Field for 4 games. Kenny James watches Blackley throw to first. Chasing Buddy in there. Ryan's virtually no threat to steal. Travs have the right-hander Steve Andrade starting to throw in the bullpen. Joel Peralta guarding him from the evils that come from line drive foul balls. Travs might be using just 1 relief pitcher per inning. James takes the first pitch upstairs for a strike called at the letters apparently by Delphine Colon. Kenny had an infield single in the first inning, a hustling infield single, but then was promptly picked off by Blackley before he even threw a pitch to the next batter. And Kenny popped out in the 5th. Batting right-handed. Bat rests on Kenny's shoulders. Elbows out, and he slaps one down the right field side. A fair ball, and Buddy around second base, edge to third. The throw coming in from Chris Snelling to second base. James to first with a single. Buddy to third. Now the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Nathan Haynes coming to the plate. James 2 base hits, and that was a very nice piece of hitting off Blackley. Took a pitch on the outside corner and drove it the opposite way.
Nathan Haynes, his last time up, came into a similar situation. And he came up with a 2-run scoring double in the 5th to tie this ball game at 3.
Haynes 1 for 3, tried to bunt his way on the 4th. The 5th inning at-bat had a very, very good at-bat against Blackley. Very patient, looked for his pitch to hit, and on a 3-1 count, drove a fastball to the opposite field, which brought home both Specht and Buddy to tie it up. See if Haynes can come through with a go-ahead hit here. 3-3 tie, 2 outs. Bottom 7, Travs at the corners. And Haynes takes the first pitch. It's a strike called on the inside corner. Well, Haynes has been one of the clutch hitters for the Travs this year. Batting in the leadoff spot all season, yet 35 runs batted in. And that ranks 4th on the team. 0-1 the count. Left-handed batter takes the pitch high. 1-1. Haynes was looking for a fastball, and he got one in the 5th inning. He might be looking for the same pitch here. Haynes hits 286 with men in scoring position. He's got 2 outs and a foul ball on the 1-1. Not a fastball. That's the pitch that Haynes was looking for. Just barely got a piece of it, fouling it into the net. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, the Travs showing some moxie tonight. So far, Bobby Jenks, good start for him, even though he did give up the 3 runs and 7 base hits. He only walked 1 batter and pitched through a couple of rough times. The 1-2 to Haynes, called strike 3 on the inside corner, and that'll strand 2 men on base. Good pitch by Blackley to the knees of Haynes. That's a borderline call, and the pitcher gets it. Travs go scoreless in the 7th, got 2 hits, 2 men left on base. We take it into the 8th inning at Raywinder Field. The San Antonio Missions 3 and the Arkansas Travelers 3 here on FM 101.1 The River.
Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3 a day today? The power of cheese.
It's no wonder Sonic's burgers taste so great. It's how we build them. We make them when you order them, just the way you like them, with all the freshest ingredients. Right now, get our famous #1 or #2 Sonic burger with a large order of golden tater tots for just $2.49. It's a great deal on a classic meal, only at participating Sonic drive-ins. And while you're there, don't forget to try our absolutely decadent strawberry cheesecake shake, the taste of real strawberry cheesecake in a cup, only at Sonic.
The Business Trip by Super 8 Motels.
Somewhere between the last meeting and home, between 4 drive-thrus and the blob of ketchup on your favorite tie, between 60 dead bugs on your windshield, an empty window squirter, and a wiper blade gone awry. Somewhere between where you are and where you're going, there's a Super 8. See you along the way.
Call 1-800-800-8000 or visit super8.com. All Super 8 Motels are individually owned and operated.
The Travelers and the San Antonio Missions move into the top of the 8th inning at Raywinder Field. This is Phil Elson along with Steve Marston. This is Traveler Baseball on FM 101.1 The River. We're back on the air tomorrow. 7:10 first pitch, 6:50 pregame show as the Travs and the Round Rock Express battle in the first game of a 4-game series. Mike Brunet takes the hill tomorrow for Arkansas. Brunet coming off his 3rd win of the season. A strong performance in Frisco last Saturday night. And Brunet will be taking on a pitcher that has not yet been announced by the Round Rock Express. Here this inning, we'll take a look around the Texas League and the majors for some scores on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. First, let you know this score, 3-3 tie, top of the 8th. Travs tied it with a 3-run 5th inning. Missions had taken a 3-0 lead after the 4th. Scott Schneider comes back for his 2nd inning of work. Schneider dealt a 1-2-3 7th inning. And batting in the 2nd spot and leading off the 8th for the Missions, shortstop Jose Lopez. Chris Snelling bats 2nd. A.J. Zapp will follow him in the 3rd spot for the inning. Schneider, right-hander, deals, and Lopez pops it up for a strike. Lopez doubled home a run in the 3rd inning to give San Antonio a 2-0 lead. He also walked in the 5th. Lopez is 1 for 2. Schneider deals the 0-1. And bunted by Lopez towards 3rd, charging Pichardo. Bare hands to arm to 1st. On the money, and a nice play by Maximo Pichardo. Gets the 1st out of the inning. That was a beaut. Perfect bunt by Lopez, but a great dandy play by Pichardo. That's one of those plays where there is no margin for error for Maximo. He's got to bare hand and throw it all in one motion. It's got to be a perfect throw, and Maximo passes the test with an A+. Chris Snelling standing to the plate. Snelling is 0 for 3. He reached in the 1st inning on a Mike O'Keefe error at first base. Left-handed hitter jacks it high to right field. This one is very deep. James back at the wall, and it's gone. Chris Snelling puts the Missions back ahead with a solo home run. Very first pitch he sees. Golfed over the right field fence.
That's exactly right. It was golfed. He thought Kenny James may have a chance at the wall because the ball was not hit that deep. It was hit awfully high and just high enough to clear the double B sign in right field to put San Antonio ahead by a score of 4-3.
Just the 3rd home run of the year for Chris Snelling in his 41st game. And now A.J. Zapp stands in and tried to make it a 2-run margin as he swings and misses for strike 1. Zapp has come to the plate 3 times, and that was all against Bobby Jenks. And Bobby owned A.J., struck him out each time he came to the plate, including, well, this might probably be the first game of the year for Zapp in which the bat went further than any ball that he's hit. A pitch downstairs, 1-1. His 3rd inning strikeout, the bat went, he didn't just let go of the bat, but that thing flew like a javelin through the air and over the first base seats. There's a pop-up. Zapp gets this to shallow left field. Here comes Weber charging in to make the catch for out number 2. And it does look now that Zapp has hit a ball farther than he threw his bat, because that one went just a little bit farther than the bat went. And that'll bring up Justin Leone. And as Leone steps into the box, We'll have a look across the Texas League on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. The Round Rock Express still holding a 2-run lead at Frisco. 6-4 is the score. Top of the 8th inning at Dr. Pepper 7-Up Ballpark. Round Rock visiting Little Rock tomorrow. Midland 3, Wichita 1. That's the top of the 9th inning. Pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes to Leone. He is 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Wranglers looking to take 8 games in a row over Midland, but they only have 3 more outs to work with. And that's something, because 2 years ago, Midland took 8 in a row over Wichita in the first half, and that was pretty much the reason the Travs made the playoffs in 2001. Leone swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Schneider giving up that home run. It's the 4th Scott has allowed this year. Looked like it came on a fastball. This fastball fouled back. 1-2 the count on Leone. El Paso 4, Tulsa nothing. That's the top of the 6th inning at Cohen Stadium. And judging by what you see on the scores here, Snelling's home run, the only home run of the Texas League in tonight's action. 4-3, Missions lead, top of the 8th. Schneider to the windup. And to the plate, the pitch is above everybody. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll get to the Major League scores next inning. I'd like to at least run down a couple of finals if the opportunity arises here. There are a few finals to run down, but we will get to those next inning. 2-2 the count on Leone. Schneider to the windup, and he slings a slider high and inside. And that makes the count full. On deck for the Missions, left fielder Jamie Bubella. Diamondbacks beat the Padres 9-1. Schilling wins his 5th game of the year, coming off the DL. 3-2 pitch to Leone. Swing a grounder, broken bat towards shortstop. Brian Specht has it, came in a few steps, good play, and the throw to first ends the inning. Missions take the lead, however, on the Chris Snelling solo home run as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning here in Little Rock. It's a 4-3 lead for the San Antonio Missions over your Travelers. This is FM 101.1, The River.
Fans, if you haven't been to an Arkansas Travelers game lately, you don't know what you're missing. Shedspread Country Crock invites you and your family to get out and see the Travs. You can bring the whole family for Country Crock Family Thursday. Travelers fans who bring an original cash register receipt showing purchase of any Shedspread Country Crock product will receive up to 6 free admissions for any Thursday home game. Hurry! This offer ends August 14th. Offer subject to ticket availability. Country Crock. Bring it home.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a good night kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. Time to wear the night like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Enter Trek's Ride with Lance giveaway today. One lucky grand prize winner will take an all-expense-paid ride with Lance Armstrong. One first prize winner gets an autographed Trek road bike, and a second prize winner gets a Trek travel trip for 2. Plus, get huge yellow tag savings on selected bikes and merchandise. No purchase necessary. Details and entry at participating Trek dealers. Open to U.S. citizens 18 and over residing in the 50 states or D.C. Void where prohibited. 1 entry per person per day. Offered good July 3rd through 27th, 2003.
Enter exclusively at BikeSeller.com. Arkansas Trek Superstore.
San Antonio takes the lead in the top of the 8th inning on a Chris Snelling solo home run. 4-3 the score. Bottom of the 8th here at Raywinder Field. Phil Elson joining you alongside Steve Marston. Good ball game tonight at the Yard in Central Arkansas. Problem is the Travs finding themselves behind by a run with just 2 innings to go. Casey Smith leads off the 8th inning for the Travs against Travis Blackley. It'll be Smith, Jake Weber, and Mike O'Keefe in the Traveler 8th. In the windup, Blackley's first pitch is bounced over the mound and into center field where second baseman Gandolfo dives and makes the play, but no throw. Casey Smith with an infield single, and that'll send his hitting streak to 11 consecutive games. Missions do have someone warming up in the bullpen right now, and that is Josue Matos getting ready. And we may see him come in this inning. However, not as Weber or O'Keefe will come to the plate. I'm sure that Dave Brundage, the Mission skipper, will keep his left-hander Blackley on to face the 2 Traveler left-handed hitters.
And I'm kind of surprised the trainers haven't come out to look at pitcher Travis Blackley, because he stuck his pitching hand, his left arm, straight in the air to try to knock that ball down. Not a wise move.
I think it got over his hand, though. Didn't quite hit him.
Okay.
Weber walked in the sixth. He shows bunt, takes it upstairs for a ball. Jake has not had to bunt all that many times this season, but he's trying to get that tying run into scoring position. I'm going to run down some final scores here across the majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Milwaukee beating Pittsburgh 7-5 at PNC Park. Milwaukee scored 5 runs in the first inning against losing pitcher Chris Benson. Weber bunts the ball back towards the mound, played by Blackley, throws to second base for the force out on Casey Smith, and Weber to first on the fielder's choice in the blown sacrifice bunt. Blackley knew exactly where he was going right when the ball was bunted by Weber. Travis knew where he went with that ball. Never even hesitated.
He fields his position extremely well. We saw that earlier on the Nathan Haynes bunt that got to the first base side of the mound, and Travis fielded tremendously well to rob Nathan back in the 4th inning.
Mike O'Keefe stepping up. O'Keefe 0 for 3. Tying run at first base. O'Keefe represents the go-ahead run. 4-3 scores. San Antonio has the lead. Carlos Duncan standing on deck, swinging the weighted bat. Blackley checking first. He delivers to O'Keefe, and it misses for a ball. Houston, a 5-4 win at Cincinnati. The Astros open up in the second half of the season with a 1-game lead over St. Louis, 3 ahead of the Cubs, 6.5 ahead of Cincinnati, and beat the Reds by 1 run. Jeremy Robertson gets the victory. Mike takes a strike here, 1-1. Robertson in his rookie year, 9 wins. Billy Wagner saved his 26th. Atlanta wins in the bottom of the 9th inning, 3-2 over the Mets. Greg Maddux got the victory, went the distance. And John Franco took the loss, dropping to 0-2. Those are the National League Finals. We'll get to American League Finals in a second. O'Keefe, a foul ball at the plate, tipped the pitch off the end of the bat. American League, the Angels lose in Baltimore 2-1. Rodrigo Lopez got the win. Ramon Ortiz, the losing pitcher, is 11-7. 1 homer in the game. Jeff Conine hit his 13th long ball of the year. Toronto wins in Boston 5-2. Roy Halladay wins his 14th consecutive game, beating Derek Lowe, dropping to 10-4. And Bobby Kielty homered in his first game as a Blue Jay. O'Keefe, a hard grounder to second, could be 2. Gandolfo to Lopez for 1 out, and the relay to first is in time for an inning-ending double play. That's the 3rd double play O'Keefe has grounded into in 2 games. The Missions just have his number right now. Travs goes scoreless in the 8th inning with 1 base hit and no one left on. We'll take it to the 9th. 4-3 the score. San Antonio leads. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball.
It's no wonder Sonic's burgers taste so great. It's how we build them. We make them when you order them, just the way you like them, with all the freshest ingredients. Right now, get our famous number 1 or number 2 Sonic burger with a large order of golden tater tots for just $2.49. It's a great deal on a classic meal, only at participating Sonic drive-ins. And while you're there, don't forget to try our absolutely decadent strawberry cheesecake shake. The taste of real strawberry cheesecake in a cup, only at Sonic.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Travs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at travs.com.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to this focus group. What a lovely bunch.
Are you sure they can't see us behind this window? There's a mirror on the other side, genius. Hey, chill out. What, are you nervous or something? No, everybody loves us. We're the phone company.
Now, tell me, which directory do you use? Yellow Book or the other book?
Yellow Book.
Yellow Book.
And you, miss?
Yellow Book. That's where I found my plastic surgeon.
They're picking the wrong book. What if Yellow Book starts to advertise?
More people choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Your home for Travelers Baseball. FM 101.1 The River. KDRE. North Little Rock, Little Rock.
8 innings have been completed here at Ray Winder Field, and the Arkansas Travelers find themselves trailing San Antonio by 1 run. 4-3 the score. Missions have scored 4 runs on 9 base hits, 1 error, and the Travelers 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. Phil Elson joining you at the ballpark alongside Steve Marston. We've seen a pretty good game today, Steve, and right now the margin of difference is the home run hit by Chris Snelling. Scott Schneider pitched 2 fairly effective innings, just 1 mistake, and Snelling, who's a very, very good hitter, made him pay with the home run.
Travs have showed a lot of heart, a lot of character tonight after falling down 3-0. They come back with 3 unearned runs in the 5th inning, only to give up that home run moments ago that you're just talking about. But they've turned the game over now to Steve Andrade to hope to keep the Missions off the scoreboard and give the Travs a chance to win it in the 9th.
So Schneider out of the ball game. Andrade, the 4th Trav hurler of the day. He's pitched 4 consecutive shutout innings without allowing a man on base, striking out 7 batters over that stretch, and Steve is back to finding the touch on his breaking ball, and he's throwing that breaking ball for strikes now instead of just getting a lot of batters to swing and miss. Leading off for the Missions in the 9th, left-handed batting Jamie Bubella, followed by John Lindsay and Rob Gandolfo. Andrade, a right-hander from Woodland, California. In his first Double-A season, has pitched very well, and he starts outside with a fastball. 3 wins and a loss for Andrade, 3.67 ERA. 52 strikeouts for Steve in 34 1/3 innings. He's striking out about 11 batters per 9 innings. 1-0 to count on Bubella. And Steve tries a fastball, and he hits the outside corner. Steve pitching in front of his father, and at least know his father's here, and I'm pretty sure that other family members here as well. His father, Joe Andrade, came up to the press box yesterday before the game and introduced himself to it. He listens to every game on the Trav website at Travs.com. Swing and a miss. There's that breaking ball from Andrade. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bubella, a double in the 6th. He's 1 for 3. Was caught stealing by Ryan Buddy in the 6th inning. Buddy has thrown out 2 base runners today. And the Missions have had 3 runners erased on the base paths. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andrade looking for the strikeout, and his pitch is in the dirt, 2-2. Finish off those scores from the American League and get you those finals here on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. And we'll save the rest of the scores for the post-game show. 2-2 on Bubella. He's choked up about a ½ inch on the bat and takes it inside, moving the count full, 3-2. Bobby Jenks started the game for the Travs, went 5 innings, allowing 3 runs. Cummings pitched a scoreless 6th. Schneider 2 innings, allowed the homer in the 7th to Snelling. Now Andrade for the 9th. The Yankees have come from behind victory over Cleveland at Yankee Stadium. Hideki Matsui with a game-ending home run in the bottom of the 9th. New York wins 5-4. Bubella swings and misses, and he's out. Good-looking curveball for Steve Andrade. And he's rallied from 2 behind in the last couple of innings to pick up the win. New York will now have a 3-game Yankees rallied from 2 behind in the last couple of innings to pick up the win. New York will now have a Rangers down Tampa Bay 12-6 in Florida. Sadler and Thames hitting their first Major League homers. Marcus Thames, who just came over from the Yankees. The 0-1, low and outside.
Tampa Bay did a little coming back in that game. When I gave the scores in the middle innings, it was 11-1.
Tampa Bay scored 2 more runs in the 8th, 3 in the 9th, but a little bit too late. John Thompson got the win. Joe Kennedy, the losing pitcher. A ball and a strike to John Lindsay. 1 out, top of the 9th. Travs behind by a run, and a pitch inside, 2-1. Final out of Minnesota. The Twins start the second half of the season with a victory, 6-2 over Oakland. Minnesota scored 5 runs in the first. They shook that team up a little bit by trading for Shannon Stewart. Minnesota starts the second half on an 8-game losing streak, but they win beating the Oakland Athletics. The 2-1 to Lindsay, and he swings over it and misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, let's look ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, see what the Travs have coming up. Right now, there's no one warming up for the Missions in the bullpen. We'd probably see Blackley come back out. Carlos Duncan will lead off. Brian Specht, Ryan Buddy follow. Good to see Duncan leading off. Because if he gets on base, representing the tying run, he can fly. They try to steal a base. Pitch inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Lindsay.
At the beginning of the inning, the Missions did have Josue Mantos loosening, and on a hot, muggy night like this, you don't imagine it'd take too long to get yourself ready. So he may be coming on, but perhaps they're going to give Blackley a chance to finish the game.
Blackley has yet to pitch a complete game this year. He's gone 8 innings twice. There's a ball in the dirt, and Andrade walks Lindsay. First man to reach base off Steve Andrade in over 4 innings. Here comes Gandolfo. Rob has a couple of hits today, both doubles, a run scored, and a pop out. Gandolfo, 2 for 3. 4-3 score. San Antonio has the lead, and now Lindsay is going to be removed from the ball game. And ex-Traveler Elpidio Guzman takes his place as the pinch runner at first base. And that can only mean one thing right here. The Missions are playing for a run and getting their better base runner on. And Guzman always a threat to steal. He's found his legs this year. 20 steals in 25 attempts. And Ryan Buddy will have to pay him attention. Left-handed batting. Gandolfo at the plate. Gandolfo will block Buddy's view of the base runner at first. And Andrade has his back to Guzman. Steve gets the sign. Guzzi takes an average lead. And he'll stay on the first pitch, which is swung on and missed for a strike. Most of the crowd sticking around. About 2,600 at the game today. And they've seen a very exciting game. A little bit of a comeback for the Travs. Right now, 1 run, the margin of difference. San Antonio leads. Andrade's 0-1, a curveball swung on and missed. And Gandolfo falls behind, 0-2. Now, the Missions probably couldn't go to their closer, Jared Herman, who's pitched the last couple of games. And Blackley has pitched pretty well tonight. Has allowed his share of base runners today. Travs have only managed 3 runs on him, albeit all of them unearned. Andrade stepping off the rubber here. And now he gets back on top. Travs looking to turn 2, and that would end the inning. Missions lead 4-3. Gandolfo gripping that bat hard, and he gets a timeout called just as the pitch was delivered. Would have been low. No pitch there. Still an 0-2 count on Rob Gandolfo. Gandolfo doubled and scored in the 3rd inning to give the Missions a 2-0 lead. And he's helped turn 2 double plays at second base. Chopped ball toward shortstop. Specht cleanly has it. Flips to Smith. 1 out. Relay to first. Rack him up for 2, and that's a double play to end the 9th inning. Double B's Exxon double play that goes 6-4-3, and it takes us into the bottom of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Arkansas Travelers. They trail the San Antonio Missions 4-3. It'll be Duncan, Specht, and Buddy to hit in the 9th after this break on FM 101.1 The River.
Here's the windup pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trav game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Trav souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
Did you know that most problems of the feet occur because of improperly fitted shoes? Come into Top Shoes and let us measure your feet and fit you with New Balance. New Balance makes shoes for all shaped feet, from size AA to 4E, for pronators and supinators alike. New Balance makes motion control shoes that are great for those who suffer from plantar fasciitis. So what are you waiting for? Come into Top Shoes and let Tops make those feet happy. Top Shoes is located in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, Conway, Russellville, and throughout Arkansas.
Hey, you, listening to the radio. How you feeling these days? Okay? Not bad? Come on, is that where you want to be? When was the last time you did something you once looked forward to doing? You know, symptoms of depression could be holding you back. Perhaps you should ask your doctor about your treatment options, like Effexor XR, venlafaxine HCl. It works on both serotonin and norepinephrine, two chemicals in the brain linked to depression. Correcting the imbalance of these two chemicals may relieve symptoms of depression.
Effexor XR is not for everyone. People taking MAO inhibitors should not take Effexor XR. Side effects may include nausea, dizziness, sleepiness, nervousness, insomnia, anorexia, and constipation. Effexor XR may raise blood pressure, so it should be monitored. Talk to your doctor if you're pregnant or nursing and before discontinuing or reducing your dose. For more information, see our ad in U.S. News & World Report, visit thechangeYouDeserve.com, or call 1-877-YOU-DESERVE. That's Y-O-U deserve.
Effexor XR, the change you deserve. Ask your doctor if it's right for you.
Here we are, the bottom of the ninth inning in Little Rock. San Antonio Missions hold a 4-3 lead over the Arkansas Travelers. We thought Travis Blackley would come on for the ninth inning, but he is out of the ball game, and Josue Matos comes on to shut down the Travs, see if he can do it. Carlos Duncan leads off as the Travs looking for a run to tie it, 2 runs to win. A strike down the middle in the first pitch. Duncan, 1 for 3, doubled in the second, was caught stealing third to end the inning, reached on an error in the fifth inning and scored the Travs' first run, and Duncan struck out in the sixth. Matos, a right-hander out of Puerto Rico. Outstanding job this year. 6 wins and a loss, a 2.44 ERA. And his pitch to Duncan missing low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Matos with a couple of saves. Last one came May 23rd. Took 3 innings for him to get that save, and he's looking for a 1-inning save here. Matos to the windup, and the 1-1 is hit in the air deep to right center field. That is back to the wall, as that is off the fence. Played by Curry off the fence. Fires to second. Duncan head first to second. Safe! Good throw by Curry from right center field, right on the money. Duncan running for the double all the way, head first with outstanding hustle. And the Travs get that tying run on base. Duncan, 2 doubles today and a run scored. And now the Travs will look to bring him in. Brian Speck will step to the plate. He'll get a chance to bat left-handed. Speck was right-handed against Blackley and went 1 for 3 against him with an infield single in the fifth. Blackley struck him out in the seventh. First pitch, Brian showing bunt, and he takes it low for a ball. Blackley in line for the win. 8 innings, 3 unearned runs, 8 hits allowed. Hit a batter, walked 1, struck out 3, and dealt 2 wild pitches. All in all, a pretty good performance for Blackley. But his lead in jeopardy with the Travs getting a man to scoring position with nobody out. And Duncan can fly. He attempted to steal third base back in the second inning. He was caught stealing. Here's the pitch to Speck, and he bunts it towards third. Hugs that foul line, and it's foul. About a foot on the left side of the foul line for strike 1. And Speck trying to bunt Duncan over to third base to set up Ryan Buddy or Maximo Pichardo. Buddy with 2 base hits today and an RBI. Pichardo is 0 for 2. Question here, do you play for the 1 run or do you play for 2? And the old adage says that when you play at home, you play for the tie. That way you get a chance to send it into extra innings. Let's see if that's what he's going for. 1 ball, 1 strike. Speck shows bunt, takes a curveball. It's low, ball 2.
Specht has squared around on every pitch in this at-bat. He's drawn the third baseman Leone on the infield grass. Middle infielders have the shortstop Lopez trying to hold Duncan on, and the second baseman Gandolfo in normal position in his normal depth. Matos steps away from the pitcher's mound and waits for his third baseman Leone to get some signs to the infielders. San Antonio holding a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the ninth. Specht has drawn those corner infielders up, and they're not guarding the lines now. He shows bunt again and pops it into the third base seats for a foul ball. You think Brian may be swinging away now, but he's already got a 2-strike count. The Mission bullpen is empty, so this game is Matos's for right now. Specht back into the batter's box. Matos into the stretch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch in the dirt, and it gets behind the catcher Maynard all the way to the backstop. Duncan advancing to third on the wild pitch. It's the third wild pitch thrown by a Mission tonight. Blackley threw a couple of them, and now Matos lets one fly. Just the third wild pitch in Matos' season. He's done very well this year. League batting only 179 against him, 26 walks, 77 strikeouts. But right now he's a fly ball away from blowing the save. Duncan to third base, a fly ball scores him. San Antonio draws the infield up. A 3-2 count on Brian Specht. Man at third base and nobody out. Brian's charge here is just to put the bat on the ball. Matos throws, and Specht stays alive. He fouls the pitch out of play. Travs have lost 7 consecutive home games and looking to win a dramatic one in the bottom of the ninth at Ravender Field. Matos with another 3-2, and Specht fouls it again over the third base seats and out of play. Matos coming with heat on these last couple of pitches. He's got a good-looking slider and good fastball. The crowd egging Specht on. As he gets into the box, Matos throws, and Specht hits it up the middle for a base hit. Duncan scores to tie it, and now the winning run is on base. An RBI single from Brian Specht ties us up at 4 in the 9th inning. Great job by Brian Specht, fouling off a couple of 2-strike pitches. Got a fat fastball down the middle of the plate and creamed it back up the box. We're tied, and the Travs possibly could pull this one out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Be a beautiful thing. Ryan Buddy, the next Traveler batter. Ryan with a couple of hits tonight, both singles. A 5th inning single, drove home a first run. Corner infielders charging as the pitch is delivered high. Buddy never squared. And those corner infielders not just charged on him, they sprinted down the line. Buddy looking to just find his way on base. Advancing Specht to second would be nice. The outfield is not playing all that deep. They're in normal depth. The third baseman Leone does not guard the line. Buddy's hitting the ball hard here. Specht is running. Buddy swings and misses. The throw to second is high, and Specht is in there. He is safe with a stolen base. The Missions were anticipating a sacrifice bunt. Travs had no designs on that. Specht in there with a steal, his 7th of the season. The throw was high. And now a base hit possibly wins the game. The outfield is drawn a little bit further in. And Ryan could get that ball over their head. A ball and a strike. There's nobody out. A run wins it. The pitch is outside. The slider missing for ball 2. Missions carried a 4-3 lead into the 9th inning. It's tied at 4. Buddy sitting on 2-1. And timeout called by Matos. Out to the mound goes the catcher, Scott Maynard. And the crowd gives them a hard time for slowing things down. The Missions have rarely blown any leads in the 9th inning this year. As a matter of fact, when the Missions have led after 8 innings this season, they are 62-0. Haven't blown a lead in the 8th inning yet. And at least if they have, they've won it in extra innings. 2-1 count on Ryan Buddy. Matos on the stretch, and the pitch is hit towards third between the legs of Leone, the third baseman, and the ball to shallow left field, recovered by Lopez, the shortstop. Specht gets to third base, and Buddy to first. Charge and error on Justin Leone, allowing the runner to reach base. Ball was absolutely smoked by Buddy, but right to the third baseman. And now it's not a base hit the Travelers need. A fly ball would win the game. Maximo Pichardo looks to be the hero. But here comes the San Antonio manager, Dave Brundage, from the bullpen. He's going to slow things down and bring his infield to talk on the pitcher's mound. Oh, the Travs had made a little bit of noise in the 9th inning this series. Not yesterday, but the night before, they had scored a run. Scored 2 runs in the 9th inning this series. Yesterday, the Travs went down quietly in the 9th against Jared Herman. And now against Matos, a pitcher who actually has better numbers than Herman. The Travs are not just making some noise. And they're a fly ball from picking up a victory and sending the Missions to their first loss when leading in the 9th inning. Brundage leaves his infield, and they scatter about. San Antonio draws the infield in. And Pichardo takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Maximo 0 for 2. His sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning led to Nathan Haynes' 2-run single, which tied the game. 1-0 the count. And the pitch popped up, this behind the plate, and it'll hit the top of the roof. 1-1 on Maximo. Pichardo, a .245 hitter with 5 RBIs in 14 AA games. And you wonder how much pressure Maximo is feeling. He should know all he has to do is make contact, and that at least gives the chance for the base runner to score from third. Infield up, men at the corners, and they're not worried about Ryan Buddy, the runner at first base. He takes a huge lead and takes off. Pichardo pops it to shallow right field. Charging in is Chris Snelling. Runner's going to have to hold on this one. Snelling makes the catch, route number 1. And back to third goes Brian Specht. And Buddy hustles back to first base. So the pop out for the first out of the inning, and to bring up Kenny James. No, Pichardo could not come through. We'll see if KJ can. 4-4 tie. Either the Travs score another run here in the 9th inning, or we're going to see some free baseball. Duncan started the inning with a double, took third on a wild pitch, and Specht brought him home with a single. Brian Stoltz second, moved to third on the error to the third baseman Leone. And then Pichardo fouls out, and Kenny James here fouls the first pitch away for a strike. Kenny 2 hits today, in 3 at-bats, but that was when he was batting right-handed. Kenny stands in from the left side here against the righty Matos. Infield still in, but they're giving pretty much all the third base line for James to work with. A little bit of room to the right side of the mound. Matos steps to third base, quickly switches around to first. The runners quickly get back. Again, the Missions are not worried about Buddy. They're paying attention to the runner at third base, and that's Speck. Matos has the hands together, and he deals. The pitch is high. Buddy was running with a pitch. There is no throw, and he gets to second base. No stolen base awarded to Buddy. That's a defensive indifference. And it really didn't matter one way or the other. That just opens up first base. On deck is Nathan Haynes. A ball and a strike on James. 1 away. Matos backs off the rubber. And now Matos toes the slab with his right foot, third base side of the rubber. He's set at the belt. James holding the bat above his head. The pitch inside, almost got away from the catcher. 2 balls and a strike to Kenny. This would be a huge win for the Travs if they can pull it out against a very good San Antonio Mission ball club who was looking for a sweep. And this season, when the Missions lead after 8 innings, the game pretty much is over. Count 2-1. James swings a pop-up on the infield. Third baseman Lopez puts it away. Actually, a shortstop Lopez makes the catch. James could not get the bat head out, and he was jammed on the pitch. It's going to take something from Nathan Haynes to bring home a run. Either he reaches base on a walk to set Casey Smith up for the spot, or Haynes brings in the runners with a base hit. And I doubt that Haynes is going to get a chance to hit. He's going to be intentionally walked. The Missions would rather cast their lot with Casey Smith. So Haynes had the 2-out, 2-run single in the 5th inning, which tied the game at 3. San Antonio took the lead in the 8th on the Chris Snelling home run. It's tied after Brian Speck's RBI single here in the 9th. And the next pitch to Haynes will be the intentional ball 4, which sets up Casey. And there it is. Down to first goes Haynes. Bit of a breeze picks up as the last pitch was thrown, blowing in from right field. And that would knock down slightly a high fly by Smith, the right-handed batter who steps in looking to be the hero. The road in the 9th inning ends with Casey Smith. Either he gets a hit or we're going to see some extra baseball. Of course, there's always the possibility of a passed ball or a wild pitch. Well, let's see what happens. Smith is 1 for 3. He singled in his 8th inning at-bat to extend a hitting streak to 11 games. Matos from the stretch. He throws and Casey swings and fouls a fastball back to the net. Strike 1. Good pitch to go after. That's right where Casey likes it if he's looking to drive the ball up in the strike zone. Just barely missed, making big-time contact. 0-1 the count on the Traveler second baseman. The runner at third base, Brian Speck, is all that matters. Ryan Buddy at second and Nathan Haynes at first. 2 outs, bottom 9. Smith takes a strike. 0-2. That fastball grazed the inside corner. Good pitch from Matos. That's a tough one to go after. The 0-2 inside, and that one was close. Matos took something off it. Well, the Travs had that winning run at third base with nobody out. Haven't been able to bring him home. Pichardo and James both pop out. Matos looking to wiggle out of the jam, escaping with just a blown save. 1-2 on Smith. The pitch outside. Again, just missing. Good eye by Casey Smith. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matos was nibbling with the last couple of pitches. He'll probably come right at Casey here. 4-4 tie, bottom 9, 2 outs, bases jammed. Casey Smith looking to be the hero. He swings and a bouncer foul past third base. That's what Casey was looking for. And Matos came with the fastball and challenged the batter. Delphine Colon wipes off the plate with his brush. It's visible to see. Smith back up to the plate. Slightly open stance. Waves the bat back and forth underneath his knee. Matos has the sign. The target is down the middle. The 2-2 pitch outside. The slider just missed the corner. What an eye by Casey Smith. We got a full count. We got the bases loaded. We got a tie game in the bottom of the 9th inning. About 2,000 fans rise to their feet at Raywinder Field. This next pitch could decide the game. The payoff pitch. Swing and a pop-up out of play. This will bring us another payoff pitch. Boy, the tension is thick. Matos came with a fastball on that last pitch. Look for the outside corner on it. Not much room for error for Matos. A walk brings home the winning run. He's ready, so is Smith. Matos throws. Casey hits it up the middle to center field. It's a base hit, and that wins the game. Speck across the plate. A come-from-behind win in the bottom of the 9th inning. Casey Smith with the game-winning hit to score Speck. A 5-4 Traveler win, and you can put it in the books. Oh, what a comeback in the bottom of the 9th. The first time that a team beats the San Antonio Missions when trailing into the 9th inning. What a game at Raywinder Field. 5-4 your final score. Smith is the hero. We got a bunch of heroes here in this 9th inning. Carlos Duncan, Brian Speck, and Casey Smith come through in the clutch. And we'll talk about it after this break on the Traveler Post-Game Report. This is FM 101.1 The River.
Miller Lite. Miller time. It's time to grab the fellas and hit defrost. Great tasting Miller Lite. Time to melt cold shoulders. Time to pull your mojo out of the freezer and warm it up on the grill. It's time for a great tasting Miller Lite. Great tasting Miller Lite. At a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Just because you're working a smaller acreage doesn't mean you have to skimp on comfort and reliability. So stop by Ag Pro at Highway 165 in England and take a look at John Deere's rugged new 5020 series tractors. Choose the 45 to 75 PTO horsepower straddle mount, isolated open operator station, or cab model that fits your needs. These new tractors offer improved comfort, control, and convenience. Test drive a new John Deere 5020 series tractor now at Ag Pro at Highway 165 in England.
Now that the baseball season is here again, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's Quick 3-Bean Salad. Simply combine a can of Del Monte cut green beans, a can of Del Monte wax beans, a can of kidney beans, and a quarter cup of chopped red onion. Toss it together with some Italian oil and vinegar salad dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that.
Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
Right now, it's nighttime. You're starving, and there are people at Denny's just like you. Except for one thing. See, they're not starving. They just ordered a plate of steamy little mini burgers. Oh, here comes a big plate of hot, zesty nachos. You know, there's one more difference between you and them. Yeah, see, they're having fun. Denny's, a good place to sit and eat.
Quite possibly the game of the year at Raywinder Field tonight as the Travs pick up the win in the bottom of the 9th inning, a 2-run rally to beat the San Antonio Missions by the final score of 5-4. Great victory tonight. Travs break a 7-game home losing streak to beat the Missions. Arkansas now 11-17 in the second half of the season, sending the Missions to their 9th loss against 19 wins since the All-Star break. Phil Elson joining you here at the ballpark. Let's run it all down, and let's see how everything occurred today. Started off certainly in the Missions' favor against Travs starter Bobby Jenks. Mike Curry led off the game and took the very third pitch of the ball game over the center field fence for a leadoff home run. His second of the season put the Missions ahead 1-0. Jenks did pitch very well, but for some reason the Missions were on what he was throwing. In the third inning, Rob Gandolfo led off with a double down the third base line, just beat the throw to second base as Casey Smith dropped the throw. He got to third base on a ground out and scored on a Jose Lopez double into the left field corner for a 2-0 lead. Mission stretched the lead to 3-0 on Jenks in the fourth. Justin Leone led off with a double to right center field and scored on a one-out single from John Lindsay. It was 3-0. Travs managed just 3 base runners against Travis Blackley over the first 4 innings of the game. And then in the 5th inning, they got a little bit of a gift as Carlos Duncan led off with a ground ball to shortstop, but Jose Lopez threw it in the dirt, allowing Duncan to reach. Duncan then took second base on the wild pitch that charged to Blackley, his first of 2 wild pitches in the 5th inning, and Duncan got to third base when Brian Specht beat out an infield single as A.J. Zapp came off the bag to field the ball. Nobody covered at first base, so Specht was safe. Ryan Buddy then drove home Duncan from third base with a single to left field. That was the Travs' first run. Maximo Pichardo then dropped down a sacrifice bunt, sending Specht to third and Buddy to second. So the Travs had the tying runs in scoring position after that sacrifice, but Kenny James popped out as the second out of the inning. It took a 2-out single from Nathan Haynes as he ran the count to 3-1 and then lined one through the hole at shortstop for a 2-run single to tie the game at 3. All 3 of those runs against Blackley were charged as unearned runs, and either way, the Travs had tied it up. Well, the game stayed the same through the 6th and the 7th as Travs reliever Ryan Cummings pitched a perfect 6th inning. Then Scott Schneider came on, dealt a perfect 7th, and Scott retired the first batter of the 8th inning, Jose Lopez, as Maximo Pichardo made a dandy play, charging in from third base on a bunt by Jose Lopez and gunned him out at first. But that sent Chris Snelling to the plate, and this gave the Missions another 1-run lead.
First base. Left-handed hitter jacks it high to right field. This one is very deep. James back at the wall, and it's gone. Chris Snelling puts the Missions back ahead with a solo home run.
It was Snelling's 3rd home run of the season, and it tied the game. Gave the Missions a 4-3 lead. Stayed the same into the bottom of the 9th inning as Steve Andrade kept the Missions off the scoreboard in the top of the 9th. Carlos Duncan came to the plate in the 9th against Jose Matos. Josue Matos was pitching for the Missions because their closer, Jared Herman, had pitched the last couple of days for San Antonio and was unavailable. Duncan led off with his 2nd double of the game to right center field, a good piece of hitting, and a wild pitch sent him to third. Brian Specht then came to the plate, and this was the first clutch base hit the Travs got in the 9th that tied it up. As he gets into the box, Matos throws, and Specht hits it up the middle for a base hit. Duncan scores to tie it, and now the winning run is on base. An RBI single from Brian Specht ties us up at 4 in the 9th inning. And Specht had fouled off 4 pitches in that at-bat before getting the one that he liked and lining it up the box to tie the game. Ryan Buddy then hit a hot smash down the third base line that Justin Leone could not handle. Leone charged with an error on the play, and that sent Specht to third base after he had stolen second. But neither Maximo Pichardo nor Kenny James could get the ball out of the infield to give Specht a chance to score from third base, and Nathan Haynes was intentionally walked to load the bases for Casey Smith. Casey Smith, who in the ball game had already collected a base hit to run a hitting streak to a season best 11 games in a row, ran the count full to 3-2, and then came up with a big clutch hit, sending the Missions to their first loss of the season when leading into the 9th. He's ready, so is Smith. Matos throws, Casey hits it up the middle to center field. It's a base hit, and that wins the game. Specht across the plate, a come-from-behind win in the bottom of the 9th inning. Casey Smith with the game-winning hit to score Specht. A 5-4 Traveler win, and you can put it in the books. It was sweet. How sweet it was. Travs pick up the victory 5-4. Steve Andrade the winner, his record 4-1. Josue Matos takes the loss, dropping to 6-2. We'll take a look across the Texas League and the majors on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard following this break on FM 101.1 The River.
up? This is Lala, and welcome to Coke FM, bringing you the hottest new sound.
The real can't be bought or sold, taught or told. The boy tried to keep it, but he lost his soul. On the road to the riches, he lost control. About the eye of a needle, I was often told. If you never nothing, you're far for gold. And your actions all is told.
This is Lala at Coke FM, keeping it real with the cool taste of Coca-Cola.
It's no wonder Sonic's burgers taste so great. It's how we build them. We make them when you order them, just the way you like them, with all the freshest ingredients. Right now, get our famous number 1 or number 2 Sonic burger with a large order of golden tater tots for just $2.49. It's a great deal on a classic meal, only at participating Sonic drive-ins. And while you're there, don't forget to try our absolutely decadent strawberry cheesecake shake. The taste of real strawberry cheesecake in a cup, only at Sonic.
Enter Trek's Ride with Lance giveaway today. One lucky grand prize winner will take an all-expense-paid ride with Lance Armstrong. One first prize winner gets an autographed Trek road bike. And a second prize winner gets a Trek travel trip for 2. Plus, get huge yellow tag savings on selected bikes and merchandise. No purchase necessary. Details and entry at participating Trek dealers. Open to U.S. citizens 18 and over residing in the 50 states or D.C. Void where prohibited. One entry per person per day. Offer good July 3rd through 27th, 2003.
Enter exclusively at BikeSeller.com. Arkansas Trek Superstore.
Welcome back to Raywinter Field, here for your Traveler postgame report. Phil Elson joining you on FM 101.1 The River. Travelers pick up a dramatic come-from-behind win with a 2-run ninth inning, 5-4. The final score, Casey Smith with a game-winning hit, driving in Brian Specht, making a winner out of Steve Andrade, and Josue Matos suffers the loss. Checking around the Texas League, let's see what's going on in our fair AA circuit. Midland Rockhounds finally down the Wichita Wranglers, 3-1 the final score, as Midland ends their 4-game losing streak, and that also ends the Wranglers' 4-game winning streak. Winning pitcher Darvin Withers, his record now 5-2. Jimmy Gobble suffers a loss. He allowed 10 hits in 5 innings. Gobble drops to 11-7. Chris Mabius saved it for Midland, his second save of the year. Final score out of Frisco, and the Round Rock Express scored 6 runs between the 7th and 8th innings to beat the Rough Riders 10-6. Ugly game, 6 errors between the two teams, 4 by the Rough Riders. I'm sure that had a lot to do with their loss. Greg Powell got the win. He's 5-6. Reggie Rivard suffered the loss, and he drops to 0-1. Frisco's Jason Dewey hit the game's only homer, his 6th of the year, as Frisco attempted a 9th inning comeback. Tulsa leading the El Paso Diablos 9-4, top of the 8th inning. Drillers were down 4-0 in the 7th, and they reel off 9 runs at Cohen Stadium and take that 5-run lead. That is what is happening in the Texas League. Let's check out the majors right now. Games currently in progress in the National League. Middle of the 5th inning in Los Angeles, and the Dodgers hold a 4-1 lead over the Cardinals. Hideo Nomo, not just a starting pitcher, but he also hit a home run, his first of the season. Adrian Beltre hit his 7th as the Dodgers have that 3-run lead over the Cardinals. In the middle of the 4th inning at Pac Bell Park in San Francisco, it's the Dodgers 3 and the Colorado Rockies 1. Currently in progress in the American League. Only one game to let you know about. They went through a long rain delay at the U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago, and they have just started the ball game. A 2-run homer by ex-Traveler Dimitri Young, his 19th of the year, giving the Tigers a 2-0 lead in the top of the first. The rest of the scores are all finals. We begin in the National League with the Arizona Diamondbacks picking up another victory, 9-1 over the San Diego Padres. The Diamondbacks now 4.5 games behind the Giants for first place in the NL West. Curt Schilling got the win. He's 5-4. Arizona's Steve Findley hit the 16th home run of his season, the only homer of the ball game. Montreal loses in Philadelphia. The Phillies win with 3 runs in the bottom of the 11th inning, 5-2. Marlon Byrd hit a 3rd home run of the season. Dan Plesac got the win. Tim Drew suffers the loss. Pittsburgh loses to Milwaukee 7-5 in Pittsburgh. Brewers opened up a lead of 6-0 over the first couple of innings against Chris Benson. Homers from John Vanderwall and Jeff Jenkins adding to the lead. Jenkins with 21 homers on the year. Pirates get a homer from Craig Wilson. Ryan Franklin the winner, and Chris Benson the loser. Benson 5-9. Over in Cincinnati, a 5-4 win for the Houston Astros as they enter into the second half of the season. A full game over St. Louis for first place in the NL Central. Houston lefty Jeremy Robertson gets the victory. His record 9-3. Billy Wagner saved it, his 26th. Cincinnati's Paul Wilson took the loss, drops to 5-7. Braves beat the Mets at Atlanta 3-2 with a run in the bottom of the ninth inning. Greg Maddux goes the distance for his 8th win of the season and evens his record at 8-8. And John Franco suffers the loss, dropping to 0-2. New York's Ty Wigginton hit the game's only home run. That's the National League. Here's some American League finals, starting in Minnesota, where the Twins end a losing streak that had reached 8 games. 6-2, Minnesota beats Oakland in Minneapolis. Torrey Hunter hit his 15th home run of the season. Rick Reed got the win. He's 5-9. Tim Hudson drops to 7-4. The Kansas City Royals beat up on the Mariners 7-1 in KC. Jose Lima runs his record to a perfect 6-0 for the first place Royals, who win their 4th game in a row, and now 7.5 games ahead of the White Sox and the Minnesota Twins in the AL Central Division. Angel Baroa hit the game's only home run, his 10th of the year. Game out of Tampa Bay, 12-6. Texas beats the Devil Rays. Homer from Juan Gonzalez. Also, Donnie Sadler and Marcus Thames hit their first home runs of the year. John Thompson, the winning pitcher, he is 7-9. Joe Kennedy took the loss, and his record 3-6. Yankees have come from behind win over the Cleveland Indians at Yankee Stadium, 5-4 the final score. Hideki Matsui hits Brad Risky for a game-ending home run in the bottom of the ninth. Matsui's 10th home run of the season sends the Yankees to the win. Mariano Rivera gets the victory. He is 4-0. Risky suffers a loss and drops to 2-2. The Toronto Blue Jays down Boston 5-2 at Fenway Park. Roy Halladay wins again, 14th consecutive victory for the right-handed pitcher. He is 14-2 this year. Derek Lowe drops to 10-4. In his first game as a Blue Jay, Bobby Kielty, coming over from the Minnesota Twins, hits his 10th home run of the season, and Boston's David Ortiz hit his 11th. Toronto with the victory now sends the Boston Red Sox 3 games behind the Yankees in the AL East. Blue Jays are 8 games back. Anaheim loses in Baltimore 2-1. Oriole right-hander Rodrigo Lopez gets the win. He's 3-5. Jeff Conine hit the game's only home run, his 13th of the year. Jorge Julio saved his 19th of the season, and Ramon Ortiz drops to 11-7 as losing pitcher for the Anaheim Angels. Now you are up to date across the majors and the Texas League, thanks to the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. And fans, don't forget, the only place you can go online for Southwest Airlines low fares is www.southwest.com. We will come back for a final word. We'll name our BC Powder player of the game and also have an interview with Casey Smith, the hero of the ninth inning, well, one of the heroes of the ninth inning for the Travs. 5-4 come from behind win for the Travelers over the Missions tonight, and we'll come back for a final segment after this break on FM 101.1 The River.
Miller time. It's time to tuck the sun in and give it a good night kiss. Miller time. It's time to put the 9 to 5 back on the shelf. Miller time. It's time to wear the night like a cape and break out the Miller Lite. It's time for real time at a place called Miller Time.
Miller Lite, Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Right now, it's nighttime. You're starving, and there are people at Denny's just like you. Except for one thing. See, they're not starving. They just ordered a plate of steamy little mini burgers. Oh, here comes a big plate of hot zesty nachos. You know, there's one more difference between you and them. Yeah, see, they're having fun. Denny's, a good place to sit and eat.
Casey Smith was one of the Traveler heroes in the bottom of the ninth inning. Casey came through with the game-winning hit, a 2-out single with the bases loaded to drive in Brian Specht. Also, tons of credit to Carlos Duncan for leading off the ninth inning with a double and scoring the tying run. How about Brian Specht for knocking in the tying run and scoring the winning run? But the post-game interview with Casey Smith, who had the game-winning hit. Here's what Casey had to say with Steve Marston following the win.
Thanks very much, Phil. Standing down here on a happy first base side dugout with Casey Smith, the star of tonight's game. Big base hits wins it. How big a victory is this, considering all the circumstances?
It was huge. You know, we've been struggling a little bit, not against as good a pitching as we've seen the last 2 days, and I think the last 2 days we played our best baseball. You know, against Najette yesterday, we had some good opportunities, hit the ball real well off of him. And tonight against Blackley, we had better approaches than we did last time, and I think that was a big part of it. But, I mean, it was huge, especially to be behind at the beginning of the game, and then coming back and beating them like we did, that's probably even bigger.
And tonight's not only the first night you came back last night only to have them come back in the later innings and steal one from you. But how big is that for your team? Because you haven't shown a lot of that, to be quite honest, this whole year.
Right. I just boost our confidence even better, being able to come back on as good of a team as they are, hopefully down the road, in our next couple of series, we'll be able, if we fall behind, we'll be able to have the confidence that we need from this victory to be able to come back and beat somebody.
Okay, walk us through the final at bat. You get down 2 strikes, but you work the count full. What were you looking for?
Well, he'd been throwing a lot of fastballs, so I was going to be able to hit the fastball, but then again, I knew he had a curveball, and I wasn't going to let him, freeze me on the curveball. At least going to be able to battle it off, and I knew when it went full count that he had to come with a fastball. He wasn't going to throw another ball with the curveball, so I sat on the fastball, and he gave it to me, and I guess I put a good piece on it.
You sure did. Casey Smith, enjoy it with your teammates, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right, that's Casey Smith. Back upstairs to Phil.
I guess he put a good swing on it, huh? I'd say you put a good swing on it, Casey. Way to go. Casey is hitting the ball right now with a hit in 11 consecutive ball games, hitting just about 500 over that stretch. And there was a question when Casey Smith came up here. He took a look at his numbers and said, well, he wasn't doing outstanding at single A, but Casey has shown himself to be very versatile here, playing second base and third base equally, and also he's been hitting the ball very well, and I think that might be the bigger surprise. But coming through with the clutch base hit in the 9th inning, I'll tell you what, the way Casey's been hitting recently, when he came up, we almost expected the base hit, because not only has he's been hitting the ball hard, but he's also been finding the ways to come through with the base hits. Travs have hit the ball hard plenty of times, but some reason, sometimes it goes right at some of the fielders. Casey's finding those gaps, and they found that one up the middle in the 9th inning tonight.
He sure did, and I think that's nights like tonight has solidified why he really belongs up here, because you and I even talked about it on and off the air when he first arrived in the latter part of May. Well, he may not be here for very long, just judging by his numbers, but as we've seen, you can just about pencil him in for at least one hit every single night. He comes in tonight, pressure situation, probably the most pressure situation this team has had in a very long time, and certainly the most pressure Casey's been under. Bases loaded, couple outs, game on the line. Casey comes through with the 3-2 pitch, dumps it into center field, scores the winning run, and everybody gets to leave home happy.
So I guess we'll name Casey Smith as our BC Powder Player of the Game. Casey finishes the night 2 for 4 with the game-winning run batted in. We have to give some credit also to Nathan Haynes, who helped tie the game in the 3rd inning with a 2-out, 2-run single. Carlos Duncan certainly deserves credit for getting a couple of hits and also scoring 2 runs on the ball game. Brian Speck 2 for 4 and a couple of runs. But when it comes down to who drives in the winning run in the 9th inning, we'll give our BC Powder Player of the Game award to Casey Smith. BC Powder is the official pain reliever for the Arkansas Travelers, and of course, if you have a friend in pain and you have an extra BC in your pocket,
you share the relief.
Share the relief. And as always, you have to use BC as directed. Don't go doing things you're not supposed to do with BC Powder. Trav's victory tonight runs their second-half record to 11-17. More importantly, it ends a 7-game home losing streak. Get a victory in front of a crowd of about 2,600 tonight in the bottom of the 9th inning, exciting fashion. That's the way. Hey, you like to win at home, but it's always nice to make it a dramatic come-from-behind win in the bottom of the 9th.
Especially on Baby Seliga's first day in the world.
That's right. That's a good day to come. That's a good way to come into the world for a baseball night.
I don't guess we've heard whether she's had the baby yet or not, but it's supposed to have been any time, right?
Well, any moment now. There might be an extra Seliga out in the world. Another cycling fan.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll give our congratulations to Hap Seliga just before we finish off. I do want to give the final totals here. San Antonio Missions, 4 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. The Missions leave only 4 men on base, with the Travelers scoring 5 runs on 11 hits, 1 error committed, and 7 men left on base. Winning pitcher is Steve Andrade. Steve pitched a scoreless ninth and runs his record of 4-1. Josue Matos suffers the loss, and Matos drops to 6-2. The game was played in 3 hours and 8 minutes, and the paid attendance 2,615 here at Ray Winder Field. The Travs and the Round Rock Express will kick off a 4-game set tomorrow at Ray Winder Field, as the Travs will be handing out kids' baseball bats to the first 1,000 kids paid 14 and under, and that's brought to you by Weyerhaeuser and KATV Channel 7. The gates of Ray Winder Field open tomorrow at 6:10. The first pitch is at 7:10, and that means me and Steve will have our ITT Tech pregame show at 6:50 right here on your home for Traveler Baseball and unforgettable favorites, FM 101.1, The River. That's it from the ballpark, and a very special good evening to, as we mentioned, Hap Seliga and Chastity Seliga. You know what? I hope they're not listening to the broadcast right now. They've got better things to do, like give birth to a baby. And congratulations to them. Hap, of course, the assistant GM of the Travs, have been helping run the team for a long time, and we're happy that he's starting his family and starting it tonight. But we're playing baseball again tomorrow. It'll be Mike Brunet for the Travelers. Round Rock has not yet announced their starting pitcher. So for Steve Marston and for Cole Cothran back at the studios, this is Phil Elson. So long from Ray Winder Field. We got a dandy ball game tonight. The Travelers beat the Missions 5-4 with 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. And we'll be talking baseball again tomorrow night.
Arkansas Travelers Baseball has been brought to you by Miller Lite, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, Coca-Cola, the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation, and ITT Technical Institute. Remember that all Arkansas Travelers games can be heard only on Unforgettable Favorites, FM 101.1, The River.